What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Project Manga podcast, where we cover One Piece, My Hero, Black Clover, Mashle, Chainsaw Man, and Jujutsu Kaisen week to week. Back this week covering Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 31. I'm your host, Eagle.
What up? It's Kiko.
Noxie.
And Nickums.
And as always, before we get started, we would just like to say, go ahead and visit that link tree in the description box down below, where you can find links to any and all of our online communities. Also, links to audio listening platforms you consume the podcast on, and links to support the podcast if you would so choose. Also, thank you for 1K
Let's go
subscribers.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to be having an appreciation stream here shortly. There's info on what'll be going down with that in the Discord, as well as a giveaway that we're doing. So
yes,
go ahead and join the Discord, and you can take part in that giveaway that we're doing in celebration of the and appreciation of the 1K subscribers. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yes.
Arigato. With that all being said, how are you guys feeling about this weekend Jump?
Full week, every chapter was fucking massive.
Yo.
Wow.
Sure. Killed
Wow.
it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything
Right.
else more to like, even say about anything in specific. Everything was a 10 out
Shall
of
I
10
say
chapter.
yo again?
Yeah, everything was a 10 out of 10 chapter for their series specifically. And when
Yeah.
I say that, I mean like not like
We
10 out of 10. Yeah, you know what
get it.
I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're in, yeah. So, I mean, and as always, we starting off with heat, so we might as well just go ahead and jump right in.
Let's go.
real 10 out of 10
Shit.
for that series.
Chapter 113 of Jujutsu Kaisen, the Shibuya Incident, Part 31.
Woo.
Wow.
Hey, right off the bat, the Gatotsu, baby. Fucking Saito.
Yeah, dude. Wolf
left
with
hand,
Mibu.
left hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
bro.
That shit was tight. Hell yeah.
Left
Bro.
And the
We-
aura
so-
that he's emitting and shit.
Yes.
Yes. Leading up to that, though, I just have to say, like, I think it's hilarious that Megumi's like, all right, let's visualize winning. Visualize winning. He looks at the rabbit escape.
Gets the fuck out of there, bro. That
Oh, yeah,
pure,
that's
like,
hilarious.
and obviously he's not emitting any actual, like, Juryoku aura,
Right,
so that's
right.
all, like,
Yeah.
It's just like-
That's just
intimidation.
malice.
Yeah, intimidation or
yeah,
malice
yeah.
or, right. Yeah.
Wow.
dude.
Yeah.
Wow,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
Fuck
Oh, yeah.
yeah, dude.
I was really impressed with Megumi in this
Yep.
situation
Yeah.
here, because everything
Oh,
up
yeah.
until this point has led us to believe that he should have just been one-shotted and that's it.
Yep.
But like Megumi is, like I've said before, like just like the type to like see something happen to him one time and just like automatically set contingencies inside of his like forward thinking to like not allow that exact same thing to happen to him again.
Definitely.
So like he already
Right.
like Toji already grabbed him and brought him outside and blitzed him in a way that he couldn't tell before. It's not going to
Yeah.
happen again. Like he's already
Hell
like
yeah.
Right.
communicating with his Shikigami in a way to where, okay, you can get me out of here in case this situation happens. His instincts are a little bit sharper. He's paying a little bit more attention, and you can really see how tactical of a mind he is. And this is really like things that you are easier to see inside of support roles anyway. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
having like 15 different backup plans in case anything goes wrong. And it's very much his character to be able to,
Well,
to
that-
deal with Toji the way that he does in this chapter.
That speaks so highly of the energy system. Though.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
energy system
Yes.
allows this interaction to happen. Where
Yes.
like in most series, Toji should have just one-shot Megumi. But
Yeah,
that doesn't
yeah.
happen in Jujutsu Kaisen
Yeah.
because the energy system is perfect.
That's right.
And there's things you can do that aren't, just 1v1 overpowering the other opponent to, delay, whatever, give you more time, think, shit through, any time you can give yourself to make moves, any other chances, any other opportunities that can open up, like that's just shit you just aren't going to get in series that just, I'm going to overpower you via whatever.
Right.
Yeah. The bigger mana pool that I have.
Right.
Obviously,
yeah.
that's not the case here. He has nothing. So,
Right.
yeah, go ahead.
I thought it was pretty funny here on this double spread here on page 4 and 5 too, when Toji's busting through the rabbit cloud.
Yeah.
and Megumi kind of has like a little, like it looks like he like face plants, and it's like boof. I just think that that could be a pretty funny moment in the anime or something.
Yeah.
It's like a real tense situation, shit going down. All of a sudden, it's like, you know,
right.
And they both
pauses for a second, and they're just like,
they both feel Sukuna wake up at the same time. Which is like cool. Like at first it like confused me because I'm like how come Toji I guess can like notice that, but like and then I think about it for a second and it's like, okay, obviously he can feel aura spikes because like the entirety of like his current situation is based around him feeling the strongest person around. You know what I mean? And going to that, I don't know like if I like remember the reasoning that they have for like why he would have been able to do that pre-revival, or if he could have, or maybe if that's like tied to like his increased senses that he has because of.
I think so.
Yeah,
that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, that's what I was.
So that's just like that's like a primal instinct. It's not like I actually feel Juryoku. I just
they
feel
felt
like
it
a
in different
malicious.
ways.
Yeah, they felt it in different ways. That's what I
But they
wanted to.
felt the same thing, and I think it's also just a testament to Sukuna's power. Like he wouldn't have felt another curse get on the scene, maybe like that. Maybe he would, but definitely not with that intensity, of course, for sure.
Right.
Wow, holy moly! And I just love, dude. I don't know why, but like Megumi's like interaction with the Shikigami in combat is like just such a like. I think one of my favorite things to see in this series, like when he's going to like stab him. And the fucking frog like pulls him in with the tongue or whatever. And he's like, I just feel like seeing him fight in the anime is just going to be like so amazing.
Now, about that frog grabbing him, right? If you look on page 8 at the bottom panel, already the tongue is coming out of the alleyway.
Let me go see. On page 8,
pre-planned page 8 bottom panel. He's running away from Toji, and like the tongue is already. He said, "Grab me." You know what I mean? Before he even got there.
Oh my god!
And
my god! I was wondering what that was. I thought it was just a movement like illustration for one of the rabbits, but that's totally the tongue, dude. That's totally the tongue, dude. Oh my god,
I was a little confused there. Yeah, that's tight. That's super tight.
Oh, Nick, yes, dude.
I love the masterful story flow here where it goes from the fight right into this scene with the principal and Shoko when he says like my sole advantage, and then instead of like giving that dialogue on like, oh, here's this girl that can do this, it flashes to the scene at the hospital where she's doing it.
And that's a reveal. That's definitely a reveal,
saying,
right?
Like,
what's a reveal?
I gotta stick around. Go ahead,
Oh, wait.
Well, I was just saying. No, I thought what you're gonna just lead into is that just Shoko is, since she would be targeted, she's the only one who can fucking use curse technique on somebody, reverse curse technique on somebody else, not just herself.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean, no, because we saw. I'm pretty sure Yuta uses reversal Jutsu Shiki on someone in the prequel. I think on Mashle.
The only thing they say here is that
makes sense because he's a special grade.
Yeah.
Gojo can't do it. Yeah, but I love that dialogue between the principal and Shoko where he's like, I ain't leaving you, G. And I got so hyped when I saw his fucking puppets on the roof.
Yes, bro.
I want to see his puppets. And I mean, I know Panda is like his highest tier puppet that he's ever made, but I want to see more of his puppets in action, bro. Definitely.
Oh yeah, he's got to have like a second, third, fourth rank that are just like his like bodyguard squad. Maybe these ones that are on the roof right now, if they're guarding the nurse,
are those?
You'd think these are the cold ones.
Dude, look at these ones with the spiked bludgeons, bro.
With the fucking
little baby Kaidos.
Yeah, and I think this is letting us know. Yes. I think these are letting us know. This scene right here is letting us know that we're going to switch perspectives to Kusakabe and Panda after this chapter. At least I wish. At least I hope that it's something like that.
If we get Panda,
because I mean they're the only team that we haven't seen yet. You know what I'm saying? So like next chapter I can see it. Next chapter I can see it starting with Megumi, kind of like starting to like put things together because he definitely has an idea of what happened here. He literally says Fushiguro. Toji says, not Zenin, bet, stabs himself in the fucking temple, and then dies. Obviously, he can see the resemblance there, and like, Megumi's not dumb. Like, he figured out inversion in like 5, not even 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying? So like, he's quick on the uptake, you know what I'm saying? Like, he probably, the start of next chapter is going to go, not Zenin. He remembers Naobito reacting to Toji inside of Dagon's domain. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be like, and he's gonna see the resemblance between them. He's gonna be like, is this motherfucker my dad? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's the start of
Yeah.
the next chapter, and then after that realization, switch to Kusakabe and Panda, see what's
Right.
going on with them, and then like maybe
Sure.
like end the chapter with like a Sukuna cliffhanger of some kind. I think that would be an amazing
That's
next
fine.
chapter.
Yeah. I'd be
Yeah.
fine with that, definitely. I
yeah.
think that what you said about resemblances too is really important because
Yeah.
like the way Gege draws, like everybody looks different. Where
Right.
it's amazing how
Yeah.
Toji really looks like an aged Megumi
Yes,
perfectly.
yes.
Like as far for his artistry
They
Aside
make the
from
style.
the
same
hair,
facial
yeah.
expression. No,
Well,
the
sure,
hair
of
is the
course,
same. No, nobody
but
got those
it's
downward
it's
spiky. No, he has the
It is very similar.
He has the upward
Yeah.
swooshy
It's-
spikes, but the downward like it's
Well,
like
the bangs are
bangs
the
Yeah,
exact
it's not the
same.
same.
No one's got
He just
those.
doesn't
No
have
one's
the
got
Goku
those.
part.
Yeah, he doesn't
sure.
have the
Right.
shooting
He
up
just
part.
doesn't have the upward shooting.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
But,
so
wow.
yeah, that's huge.
I love that bit where Toji makes, or not Toji, but Megumi, pops that little shadow pool right under his foot.
Yes.
And makes
Oh
him
yes.
drop and
Yes,
slip
yeah.
with his blow. Takes
So that's
him
what I-
though, right in his side.
Yeah.
That's what I want to ask. Is that what it is? Or is it he put his right foot in the shadow, pulls it to the left? It almost looks like he pulls his
I like
right
that.
foot to the left.
I like that.
Yes,
Where
yes.
where it's not an actual hole. I thought
Yeah.
it was a hole for the first 2 or 3 times I read through this thing. And then like the 4th time I looked at it, I'm like, man, I feel like there's more to it than just a
We
hole.
get that
I
little
don't know.
diagram that just shows us kind of what happened. And he just popped a little shadow pool right under his left foot where he stepped.
Yeah, and then he stepped
fucking-
down, and then like it changed the trajectory of his stab because
It's like
he
he-
lost
it's like
his
he's
footing.
going
He lost,
downstairs.
yeah, he lost the footing that he thought he was going to get because there is
But-
no longer a solid.
Well, because look, it's his
step.
right foot. It's his right foot being pulled to the left to cross
No,
in
it's
front
his-
of his left foot, isn't it?
No,
it's a
I
left.
think
no.
it's
This
just-
is definitely a sinkhole. So like
It's his
Toji's
left
going
foot.
to go step
left foot, yeah.
into the strike,
Okay.
and then he stepped into the sinkhole and thought he
Right.
was going to have
Sinkhole.
the support of the ground that
Okay.
aided his thrust.
Boys.
But his
Yeah.
foot went down farther than he thought it would, so it changed the trajectory of his stab.
Right.
Boys,
Yeah.
there's a diagram.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's literally what I'm talking
I see
about.
that. I see it. Sees him pushing it down. I see him pushing it down. But
Yeah.
I don't know. That just to me kind of looks like a right foot that's falling into the hole, doesn't it? Like his
No.
body's being controlled.
no, it's
almost?
his right foot's
No, no.
behind him.
Oh,
get
I
that.
see. I
get
see
that.
what Kiko's talking
get
about. I
that.
see what Kiko.
get that.
I see what Kiko's
Obviously,
talking
It's a
about.
that's
2D image.
He
It looks
thinks,
like either
yeah,
way.
he
You
thinks
can
he
see
thinks
it.
Exactly.
that he thinks Toji's feet are like this. They're like twisting
he's getting
around,
pulled.
like he's
It
stepping.
felt like he
yeah,
was
yeah,
getting
yeah. I see.
pulled. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't understand it at first, but I totally see what you're saying now.
I mean, certainly, if you look at the trajectory of the attack,
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
diagonal.
yeah,
Yes.
It's not just straight up and down.
Yeah.
If you
Yes.
if you thrusted straight ahead and you fell into a hole, you would probably go down, right?
Yeah.
It goes
Down.
lower.
Exactly.
And,
That's
he's
what I.
going down and
Away from
to
the heart.
side.
And
Away from the
away,
heart. Yeah,
and
yeah.
away.
Right,
He's getting
right.
like pulled. I feel like his
Yeah.
right
Now,
foot is getting
but
pulled.
you could do that by pulling. You could do that with a slanted
Yeah.
fall.
Slanted
You know what I mean?
pitfall.
That he
Yeah,
slides
yeah,
down or
yeah.
whatever.
Yep,
But
yep, that's true.
regardless, masterful use of his ability. You know,
Yes.
Megumi. You know, here, very
Yes.
very good use of this ability.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And dude, I
Yeah,
totally
the
thought
paneling.
I totally thought he stabbed the shit out of
He
him.
stabs
because
him.
you got
Yes.
because you have
He
the
got
blood.
blood.
Yeah, you have the blood
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
but then like it's like nope,
And
he fucking backstepped it and dodged it.
Right.
And it's like,
Right.
why was there blood there in the previous page then? Like unless
That's
that was
just
just
how
like
fast he
unless
is.
that was just like shadow, like like
Well, I
splotches,
feel like it's either.
yeah.
It is interesting that you get the sound effect like shook. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like
Uh-huh.
he.
That's the
literally
shirt.
stabbed him.
That's probably the shirt. But
Right, but
Yeah.
I also like the idea that like that's what Megumi thought was gonna happen, and and what happened was so fast that he's there on page what page is this 14?
Yeah.
Look at him, he's in there like an idiot, like
He's
like,
chilling.
He's
He's
chilling
like,
with his
"Wait,
sword there.
oh."
He's like, ugh,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like he could have completely missed. I mean, he did hit the shirt, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
yeah.
But he just looks so confident in that panel.
Yeah.
Got him.
And the fact that like
Oh,
okay,
here
so
we go.
even though he does grab him by the arm before he like goes for the sword strike, just the fact that he even gets the shirt, even though he has him grabbed, is a major speed feat for Megumi, considering he
Yeah.
literally just says his speed is on par with Sukuna from the last time I fought him
Yep.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
Sukuna like
massive.
after imaged above
Yeah,
him and
that's-
like clapped him
Yeah,
down.
so
Yeah,
even
yeah,
if you grab him, the act of you pulling the sword out of the rest of the shadow, rearing it back and stabbing still got his shirt. is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a massive speed feed for Megumi.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
like
he did it
Yeah.
quick as fuck.
yeah,
definitely.
like Megumi is that guy, G. Like
Yeah, oh,
like
yeah,
like
he's-
this is completely shattered a lot of people's expectations of how Megumi would
Yeah.
perform in this exchange. And not mine. Oh, not mine.
Yeah,
oh, no, no, no.
he's-
Oh, no, I'm in the group chats telling everyone they're stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling everyone, like, you're like, no, fam, Megumi's about to. I thought he was like really about to handle this man though, like, because like I
Yeah.
thought that it was going to be a situation where maybe not handle him, but like I
Yeah,
definitely
that's going
I
far.
definitely thought he was going to perform better than this. Me
Yeah.
personally, just like the
He
Megumi
literally
stand
said,
that I am.
I can't, not literally, but he basically said, I
Yeah.
can't handle this guy.
Well,
I
yeah,
need
yeah, yeah.
to.
No, for sure. He says that this
Yeah.
chapter,
Yeah.
but like the previous chapter,
Oh,
when
sure,
he
sure.
grabs him and he like, or maybe that was the chapter before. Yeah, when he grabs him and takes him outside, everyone's like,
Yeah.
Toji's gonna blitz Megumi. He's out of here. It's over with for dude. And I'm
Sure,
like,
sure.
and I'm like, nah, dog. Like he grabbed him for
Sure.
a reason because he was the strongest one there. This motherfucker's get like the like easily the Bruce Wayne of this fucking story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's like the
Yeah.
tactical mind with like 17 contingency plans backed up. Plan A, B, C, D, all the way down
Yeah.
to F. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. It's like
Yeah,
if
he's
anybody,
the best characteristics of Shikamaru and Sasuke together.
I swear to
If
God,
you just
bro.
took
Thank
the
you for saying
best
that.
of both those two
Yes.
characters and put them together and
Yes.
then separate. I mean, actually, Shikamaru is a good character to be fair.
Shikamaru's
Sasuke is
great.
whatever,
That's my
but-
favorite character
Yeah,
in Naruto.
exactly. So
Yeah, yeah.
great.
Shikamaru's
So
gold as fuck.
That's my guy.
Shikamaru and Sasuke, if you just put those together,
Yeah.
you got, and obviously he still has a lot of his own character still
yeah,
too. But
yeah.
yeah, like taking their best traits and putting
Yeah.
them together.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Shikamaru versus Tamari, bro. Goated.
That's amazing. Amazing.
Goated.
Amazing. But yeah, man, fucking holy
My
shit
man
though.
with the balloon up. Oh shit.
So
How
like,
about
yeah.
this flashback?
yeah, the flashback here.
I was gonna say. Let's
Now
go into the
Naobito
best part
looks
of the chapter.
sleazy.
Dude,
He
look
looks
at Naobito. He
gross.
looks like a whole like middle-aged
Hold on.
like
My
pageant
man's-
mom.
My man's look like my man's look like he just got done doing the Just for Men commercial. Just calm down, oh my god.
He look
Oh, he looks so sleazy.
Pepper
looks-
gray in that motherfucker.
Dude, he looks like
bro.
fucking like he looks like
It's
George Clooney.
sophisticated.
He looks like George Clooney with a fucking like, you know, what's that French painter?
Salvador Dali.
Salvador Dali mustache.
Yeah.
Bro.
He's got the
He
fucking
looks like he looks like he runs like some kind of
He actually
underground
looks a
ring
lot
of
like just like Salvador Dali.
Don't say
some
it.
kind.
Don't say it. But yes, he does. No, but
I wish we would
dude,
have
he
gotten all
totally
black
looks
hair.
like that.
He's buying kids.
No, he said
He is right here. This page. He's
he
buying.
is,
Hold on,
he
let's
is buying
calm
kids.
down.
I know. No,
Obviously,
that's true.
it's not for anything.
the
that
way-
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
the way
yeah, yeah.
It's for
We have
But-
no
but-
reason to
soldiers, which
believe
obviously
he's
is
It's
better.
not.
any,
It's not for the normal nefarious
Yeah.
reasons,
Yeah.
which is terrible.
It's for the anime nefarious reasons.
think-
That's
I
why I
would
was
think
like,
it's
don't
because
say it, bro. Don't do it. And
Isn't
he's
it
like,
just
he's
'cause
buying
it's Toji's
kids.
kid though?
Well,
Huh?
yeah,
Just because
yeah.
it's Toji's kid though?
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
think they
Yeah,
Yeah, of
for
course,
sure.
of course.
any other kids that have
Oh
been
no no no
involved?
no 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 no. That's what he was
It's a
saying.
joke.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
joke.
it's
I know,
a joke.
joke.
Yeah.
I'm wondering
Yeah.
about do the families actively take on people they think could be something? Is that a situation?
I
don't
bet
think
it
a
could be.
I don't know.
I mean,
feel
it
like a
depends.
family
It
this
depends on
proud
if they're
wouldn't take
Zenin
a-
related, right? Because
Yeah,
they're-
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's
for
what- yeah.
sure.
Related.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
These
I
people
don't
are
know.
compass. They don't even like their own,
Well,
name
and
name,
yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah. Or
yeah.
my. You're talking about my.
my, sorry, my.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. No matter what, because you don't
Maki,
know.
yeah. Mine's
Maki.
cool.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
they
mine's
fuck with
good.
my,
Yeah, yeah.
but Maki's here.
Yeah,
Not Maki.
But
Yeah.
Although
yeah,
my
so-
Yurioku is trash, bro.
But anyway, her. I mean, you would only buy those kids, I guess, whatever. Like somebody that you know is going to have a very high chance of having a very good technique. So you wouldn't buy a kid from not a famous family anyway. Like you have
Right.
to have
Right.
a bloodline from one of these clans in order for you to be interested in their kid. Because otherwise, like, what are you buying, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know. Like,
right.
I just
He
can't
said,
get over.
we'll give you 10 if he's got an ability.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't
10
think
million,
You
right?
can't. You
no,
can't just
I would
buy
assume
a
10
Utah,
billion
right?
yen.
Like
Oh,
you.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. But you can't just find like a Utah, right? Like that's something
Yeah,
that just
yeah.
like you can't predict that by going to buy random kids and stockpiling kids in a room and trying to get fucking inherited technique or
Right.
Jutsu Shiki, obviously. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
He dead ass looks like a fucking like middle
looks like
aged
somebody who buys kids.
He looks like a fucking like dead ass like strict like pageantry mom. Like my
Yeah.
kid better stick the landing on this audition or I'm gonna give her 15
He's
lashes.
talking about
Jesus.
Yeah,
So
like
here-
younger
here-
Naobito. Look at
But
him.
yeah, bro.
With his
Yeah.
scarf and shit,
This-
bro.
This moment at the end of the chapter,
Yeah,
when he asks him like, "What's your name?"
Right.
and he's like, "Fushiguro."
yeah.
That moment, that
Yeah.
did hit for me, bro.
This
Like,
is
he's
huge.
like,
Oh,
not
yeah.
Zenin,
Oh,
huh?
yeah.
That
He's
was
like,
huge.
good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And
Yeah.
this and
So-
this
I'm
is
like, yo.
like I think like Toji plot points definitely don't end here, in my opinion. Because
Sure.
like even though he dies here, like how do you guys feel about how quickly he went out? Because a lot of people are complaining about how quickly Toji like came back and died. You know what I mean? And I just want to get you guys' like input on like how you, like your feelings on how this ending for his character arc like went.
I feel like you have to go back to page 17.
Yeah.
At just, you can see by the border of the page, we're coming out of the flashback.
Yeah.
And at the top of the page, he's kind of like, breathing out like, maybe it's like cold air or whatever, but he's like kind of
Yeah.
And then you have these speech blocks or whatever, I don't care. I don't care anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's this scene with, Toji regaining consciousness, literally talking to his son.
Yeah.
And he knows
He's
it's his
fully
son.
conscious,
he's,
right?
He's
Yeah.
fully
He's back
conscious.
100%.
His
Yeah.
eyes, you can see
His
his
eyes are normal.
they're not
Clear
black.
again.
His
Yeah.
eyes are normal.
Yeah.
And he's speaking, he's asking a question, and he knows it's his son. You know what I mean? Like they just had this
Yeah.
flashback where
Yeah.
he's talking about selling his, so you
Yeah.
know that this Toji knows that it's his son, and he says like, what a send off. I feel like, like good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. You
Yeah.
made it. You did what I did. You left the family,
Yeah.
this shit family. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I do feel like I get vibes here that he is he knows he's a puppet. He knows he's a technique summoned puppet.
Yeah.
This can't last forever.
Yeah.
And he's going.
And he's going to
Nice
continue to strike the strongest,
Yes.
he's a murder puppet. And
Yes.
he
Well done.
realizes this is his son. He knows he'll wash him and he doesn't want to. So boom, I'm out of here. Like you
Right.
gave me what I need. You got the closure of like this is the closure of his character arc. Like the only thing that
I do feel like he's dead.
yeah, the only well,
If he's
absolutely
fully conscious though, like would he continue to like with the narration dialogue
Yeah.
that we get, like he was never really abiding by the rules anyway, as far as we know.
well,
Right.
he was fully conscious when he
Or is
first
this
came
far-
in. He was fully conscious when
so
he
if he's
first
like fully conscious and
Yeah.
he's never had to abide by the rule, like why would he?
No, he
No,
did
no.
lose it for a bit.
Yeah,
why
he
would
was-
he continue to go after people?
No. He was
Like,
fully conscious when he first activated on the roof. He came
with the
back.
black eyes.
No. He didn't get the
Right,
black
the very-
eyes.
very
He didn't
beginning.
get the black eyes until the Dagon domain. In the beginning, when the seance first happened, he took over the grandson's body and didn't have the eyes. He was talking like,
And he
what's
had
going
dialogue.
on here?
He
And he
had
had dialogue.
speaking
He was
dialogue,
like,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
the lady was like Toji Zenin, and he was like, don't fucking order me around, bitch, and then like crush
Right.
the fucking old lady.
Right.
And someone made a funny ass comment that was like, Toji totally killed that girl because she called him Zenin and not Fushiguro.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like,
I
I was
that,
like,
actually.
yo, yeah, I like that. I liked that
I
a
do
lot.
like that.
But no,
I do
he
like
was
that.
totally,
That's
yeah, he didn't have black eyes. He had white eyes, and he was verbal. Then we see him in the Dagon domain. He has black eyes, and it's just attack.
Yep.
Then and it goes into this scene the exact same way when he grabs Fushiguro, brings him outside, and then fights Fushiguro. It's all the same way until right after he comes out of this flashback, and then he's
Yep.
regular again. So like we can
Right.
assume based on that there are times where he's in control and times where he's not. The times where he's not, we can assume is related to the binding vow that he has inside of this seance. And and it can come at any point in time. He realizes this is Megumi, and this time that he has clarity, doesn't want to kill his son, kills himself before he goes back into that black-eyed state.
Okay.
That's
Well, so
what
you're-
I'm assuming is going on.
Then we
here.
were just under like different presumptions of what was like this meant.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I was
Well,
assuming
yeah,
that
absolutely.
this was
What do
kind
you
of like an
think?
Yeah.
end all be all thing where he was like he had regained full consciousness
Yeah.
and that would continue. But I
Sure.
I didn't
sure.
consider that he might go back to the
Yeah.
Yeah.
after a short period of like realizing
Yeah.
he regains control and then goes back into I hadn't considered. I thought this was like an end all be all.
Yeah.
The other thing-
It
the other
makes
thing
sense for
here
the
is-
So I was
energy
like-
system. It makes sense for the energy system for him to not just completely crush the rules of what was stated, because we got those rules in dialogue boxes, not from him himself or internal monologues. So like we can assume that if we got it in dialogue boxes, that there's some amount of truth there. So if he breaks apart from that for a moment, that probably plays into just how different of a person he is, but it's not a permanent thing, because that would break the rules of like what we understand about how this shit works in the first place, which characters just shouldn't do in this series. So like if you're gonna break it for a second and then go back, as long as you're always going back to it, then that is saying something about Toji as a character and not like anything about the energy system, because the energy system is trying to keep him adhered to its rules, and him as a person in the shape of his soul is just so dominating and powerful that it allows him these moments of reprieve like this. So I think that that's what it is.
Yeah, that's fine. And
that sounds.
I mean,
good,
well, maybe I'm going to be saying the same thing that Nick was saying, but I feel like maybe I'm taking a step further. Him having this, flashback in his mind that he's reminiscing about helped free him, or maybe he was free at that moment, and then that just popped, and then had the flashback. It's really hard. It's really hard to say like what order that really comes in.
Yeah, for sure.
Because his eye is like,
he has eyes. It's black eyes in the panel right above the flashback.
Yeah,
right above the flashback panel. It's black eyes. Goes right into the flashback, and then at the end of the flashback, we don't see his eyes. And it goes right into the white.
So I think we can assume the order based on that then, right?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I would say there's more probability that he had the flashback while his eyes were still black, and it helped break his.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Well, that's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure. Okay.
Through the process of the flashback, by the end of it, he had regained full control.
Sure.
White eyes.
Yeah.
And I think that just him asking the question and seeing his son, I mean, he knows that his son is worthy within the Zenin family, which gives him, he likes that no matter how much he hates that he likes that. I would say my family's proven to be what it really is, basically, and lives kind of vicariously through him, which would help. That on top of him rejecting the name, like, you're doing both. You're doing both. What are the things that I need you to do? Obviously, be better than them, or be worthy in their eyes at least. If you can be better than them, obviously that's probably mainly what he's aiming for.
Yeah.
Also,
I think he already thinks
at the same time.
I think he already thinks that. I think that he's already, because like if you think about it, like when we were in hidden inventory, right? Like, and the whole flashback concluded with Gojo killing him with the purple technique. Like, how did you feel? The only thing that felt incomplete in his character arc was his regret for how he handled Megumi, and him not knowing how his kid turned out. Obviously, we got that closure now in this scene. You know what I mean? And all the other shit with his relationship with Zenin clan members can be fleshed out with other clan members later in the series that are still alive. But he got this Megumi closure right now. I'm very happy that he's gone. I'm very happy that he came and went as quickly as he did. A lot of people are upset with how quickly he left. But
I'm agreeing with you. I just didn't really get there. I think he's out of here too. But that's the thing, is that I think that seeing all these things happen is all part of him, his soul being really released from this technique. Enough to kill himself. All these things happening was just a culmination of him having final closure on his life. And
I think it's that. I think it's that.
Take himself out.
I think it's that, coupled with the fact that he knows that he's on a timer with how much consciousness he has.
Definitely.
So he has this moment of clarity, goes, this is fucking awesome. I want to savor this moment. I don't want to go back into a raging beast that's going to continue attacking my son, because I'm going to kill him if I do. So kill myself before the puppetry like retakes effect. You know what I mean? And I just feel like the way that M.A.N.G.A handled this is so brilliant, because this is so fitting for a shonen revival. It breaks the cliches of historical revivals that we've seen. Literally in any other shonen story, he'd be here to stay for a long time, or maybe even till the end of the fucking series. He'd get a whole redemption arc, and like that would be super cliche, and it would dull the stakes of the series a lot, I feel like, in my opinion. So I'm just glad that I'm glad we got this closure here.
Well, and like, just to clarify on this bit of like narration dialogue, because I saw some people like wondering about it. I think another use of a comma towards the end of that last box could have been good to like make what was going on a little more clear.
100%. I totally know
Hold
what
on,
you
let me
mean.
take a
I totally
look.
know
Let me
what
take
you
a look. So you're talking
Because
about for him, even this out of
a
control.
heavenly gifted body. What?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Yeah,
My bad.
it's
I was reading the last dialogue box.
mean. That's what he's
A
talking about. Yeah,
heavenly
keep going.
gifted body strong enough to overwrite the soul.
Yes.
It says for him, even this out of control cursed technique isn't. But it says, I think another comma there would have been clear after technique.
After technique.
A little more
after
clear.
Technique. Yep.
For
exactly.
him, even this out of control cursed technique isn't.
But now here, I totally agree with you that a comma would be more clear here, but that's not like, I don't know.
It's not
a slight you don't need
Wait,
a
hold
comma
on.
there.
So like,
And-
so
and
what does the comma imply then? Because
so
It's just a brief
basically,
pause.
like what the isn't is saying here, for him, even this out of control technique isn't out of control with
Yeah.
with the pause.
oh,
Even this out of control technique isn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
You know what I
okay,
mean?
okay.
As opposed to
so as opposed
this out of
to
control technique isn't, and then you think the sentence is going to keep going, but the sentence doesn't keep going. So
Right.
that to me that implies
Oh,
there
shit.
is a pause. There is
Yeah,
a
yeah,
pause.
yeah, yeah,
For
yeah,
him,
yeah, yeah.
even this out of control technique is not out of control.
Wow.
I love that. I love that.
wow,
Yes, I
Eagle
agree.
and Nichols.
I had the exact same thought. I love
Let's
that.
go.
Exactly.
And I want to. I mean,
And I might
this
have
is
a
in the
little more
hero
criticism
segment.
for the translations viz here this week a little later.
Okay,
You know,
good,
so.
good, because I do too. And
Me
not so
too.
much translations.
The same
Not so
thing.
much, but maybe I don't know. Not so much.
My Hero
translation
Academia?
issues. Yeah, the wrong your.
Yes.
The wrong your. It bothered
Yes,
me.
yes, it bothered me too.
Okay.
Okay.
You
Anyway,
can't
anyway.
go
No.
later.
Yeah, let's talk about it later. Let's talk about it later.
Before we
Yeah, we'll
bring
bring
it
it up
up
later.
We'll bring it up later.
Before we move on,
Yeah.
can I just bring up I think a mistake that I noticed in this chapter here.
Uh-oh. I tried that once. That didn't
Yeah,
work
you
out.
tried that once. What's up? What's up? Snooty's watching.
Okay.
Snooty's watching this. Me and Snooty are watching this. What we're doing.
Okay, right
And
here.
Doncho's watching.
Page 14.
And Richie.
Page
Okay.
14.
Yep.
When Megumi goes to stab Toji.
totally know what you mean.
Well, page 12 or 13
Yep.
and 14.
Yep.
Toji jumps back. No playful cloud in his hands in either of these bottom two panels on page 14. Top panel on page 15, he's got it like he had it the whole time.
That is
Let me
something.
say another
Chill,
one. Let me say
bro.
another one.
No, don't do this,
Let me-
bro.
Let me say another one.
Richie,
Page
help me
13.
out. Snooty?
Page 13. Page 13.
Snooty can't save you.
Yes, he can.
Megumi pulls out of the shadow. Thumb down.
Yes.
The sword.
Exactly.
He shakes
Yeah.
it into him
Yeah.
as if he let go and flipped his grip, and then put
Yeah,
thumb
and that
up.
seems like Gege
down
would like show that motion.
We can assume he did
We
it.
can
I
assume.
think you
we
can
can
assume
way
he flipped the grip.
easier assume that he did that. But like, hold on, this him not having played the last handle
Yeah,
of
the
playful cloud
one is
that playful
I
cloud
think-
one is kind of fucked up.
So I think you can you
Richie,
can
Doncho,
assume-
Snooty, help me out, bro.
Hey, GC can't help. But anyway,
No.
the
It was
you
just a
can
little off-putting. I'm
assume
like-
you can assume stances and hand
Yeah,
the way that you're
yeah,
holding something
yeah.
could be.
But
switched,
Gege
the grip.
usually does a really good job of like showing every movement that happens
Yeah.
inside of a
Right.
combat
and,
sequence.
and I agree with that
so
too.
like
yes,
so
definitely.
that's
The only reason
definitely
I'm
weird, but
bringing
that's
it up-
definitely way easier to imply in this situation. But like
Then playful cloud.
the
Playful
playful
cloud. I
cloud
don't
thing
understand
is
that one.
fucked up,
Yeah.
dude.
The only
no.
reason I'm bringing it up is because it was super off-putting. Because at first I was really hyped, like, "Oh shit, he made him drop the playful cloud, shit!"
Yeah.
And then in the next panel, he just got it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck going on?"
Fuck
And
you,
then I go
dude.
back, like, I look for, I'm like going back looking for it. Like, did he tuck it in his belt real quick or something? Pull
Yeah,
out?
he
I was
tucked it
like,
in his
no,
belt.
he
That's
just-
what it was.
he
He
just
tucked it in
does
his
not
belt. We
have it,
know
bro.
that. We
No, he
see.
threw it in
don't
the air. He
understand.
threw it in the
Yeah,
air.
he
and caught it off
threw it in
panel.
the
It's
air.
really
Ooh,
sick.
I
It's
almost
like-
dropped my
Yeah,
bro. I
yeah.
almost dropped my beer
Yeah.
all over. It was literally halfway off my fucking table.
Hey,
Almost
hold on.
spilled it all
Anybody
over my
else-
fucking pants.
Is
Yeah.
anybody else kind of sad or mad that Playful Cloud is like broken it out of the story? Like, man,
No.
how y'all do
Yeah.
Maki needs that.
No. Maki don't need that. This is a brilliant
improved
opportunity. This is a brilliant opportunity for one, her to like get a new weapon that she relies on entirely.
Sure.
Maybe one,
Yeah.
maybe like after seeing Toji work on herself as like a hand-to-hand martial artist, and then get a new weapon crafted for her. This is a great opportunity for us to see how these weapons are made in the first place, because now she might have to go to the weaponsmith and be like, you Un broke, Playful Cloud broke, like fuck with me, like
she's getting inverted spear on the end of the spear, on the
Stop.
actual end of spear.
Bro,
The only reason I am a little tight about it,
I need her to get inverted spear, bro.
the only reason I am a little tight about it is because like it was the optimal tool for her.
Yeah,
and
for
I
sure,
did
for
like
sure,
I
for
did
sure.
like the design, the aesthetic, the fighting style of
course.
of
And
the
it
tool
can,
itself.
and wait a minute, it can always be fixed. Megumi can sink that down
Can
into
it
a
be
shadow.
fixed?
We don't know. I can assume.
The pointy ends is better.
I don't
The
know.
pointy ends
the
is
pointy ends
better,
is better.
and the chains can be
The pointy
remade.
ends-
Yeah, the chains can be
Are the
remade.
pointy-
Why can't the chains be remade? Do we have dialogue that
I like that
suggests that
BAP
it can't
action.
be?
I don't know if I like this point.
You can still get the BAP action with the pointed edges. You just use the fucking side instead of the point. Now you have options though. Like that's the thing is like now
Yeah,
you
the
can
stabbing
stab
is tight.
instead of BAP. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
Yeah.
guess I was under the assumption that like because they are cursed tools, like the chains can't be repaired. Like if they
don't
get
know,
broken, that's kind of it.
Let
Well,
me-
who's
let
gonna
me-
repair 'em?
is
Let-
I
let
guess
me-
I guess
people
I
who
guess
make
I will
them.
agree with what you said. Right?
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
a great opportunity to go into
Yeah.
like
Mono
even
blacksmiths.
some cursed tool blacksmiths or
yes,
something.
Let me-
Yeah.
Let me throw in a
Yes.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, go
let me
ahead,
throw in a
Nick.
wild theory. Let me throw in
Yeah.
a wild theory here.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, you know, comparing obviously the magic system to Nen, right? I've always liked saying like the Nen knows, you know what I mean? Like that there's this kind of
The
space
Nen
of
knows.
rules where
The
like
Nen knows.
and we can go in that, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So like, what if, you know, you have Toji in the Dagon, you know, domain. He is by ability, by a cursed energy ability, doing the, you could say like the perfect attacking. You know what I mean? Like he's picking the strongest opponent. He's like driven on pure fighting instinct.
Yeah.
And he took Playful Cloud and sharpened it. What if that's cursed energy saying that the optimal form for this weapon is pointed ends?
Oh.
And a human made it. A human made it and said like, we got to make it look like this, you know, 3-staff weapon.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to look like.
Oh my God, Nick, no.
But cursed energy's like, no. It should be pointed ends. That's tight.
Oh, I love that, dude. I love that.
The Juryoku knows.
Dude,
Yes,
I
the Juryoku
love
knows.
that.
That's what I'm
bro.
Go, baby.
Oh my God, dude, I love that. Okay.
Well, shit,
Wow.
I think I got really nothing else.
I have
to say
I have
about
one
the
more
show.
thing to say. I have one
Okay,
more thing
yeah.
to say. I have
Okay,
one more
okay.
thing to say, and then we can move on. I think that just because like today specifically, I saw so many more complaints for a Jujutsu Kaisen chapter that I've ever seen on a Sunday. Ever. and I just have one thing that I want to address, because one of the main complaints I saw was this felt like rushed. This felt, you know, out of place. This felt very awkward. This felt like Gege just wanted to use, you know, Toji as a plot device to beat Dagon, XYZ. I don't agree with any of those things. I think the point of reviving Toji was to show just how profound the energy system is, and some of its limits, at least some of the limits up to what is possible inside of the Juryoku energy system itself. Plus, obviously, the closure of Toji's character arc, plus the setup for the future of Megumi's character arc. I feel like there is so much more here, and the future of Maki's character arc even. There's development and progression that's going to come from Maki witnessing how Toji acts in combat. There's going to be development. Like, this is very massive for the narrative all around. Even though it's like very Megumi centered, you think that like things that are the most important for the narrative are going to be Yuji centered, but Gege is doing a really good job of showing the importance of all of the characters involved in this story. And I feel like this is massive. I feel like you're just mad because you wanted more Toji action at the peak of his hype, and you wanted to see more shit. You're standing the shit out of him. You love this character. You didn't want to see him go too early, so you're trying to justify reasons why the writing is bad. It's not. Shut the fuck up. This was brilliant writing. This is how you fucking do it, and you need to fucking relax and see how this affects the future of the story. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to
It's too
say.
early to say.
It's way too early to say anything. You're just mad, and you need to relax.
Recall how long ago Toji came back.
Yes.
It was like months ago.
Yes.
It was like
Yes.
4 or 5 months
But
ago.
it's the screen time. It's the screen time.
20
So he
chapters
comes
or
back.
something
He
like
comes
that.
back.
Yeah.
Whoops the grandma. Whoops leaves for like 2 months. Comes back. Whoops
Shows
Dagon.
what happens when you play with fire.
Yeah. Squares up with Megumi for a little bit and then dies.
It's not,
That's so
it's not some
amazing
cheap,
for a
it's
revival.
It's not some cheap
Yes.
he's back, he kills Dagon, he leaves. No,
Yes.
it wasn't that.
Yes, there
there
was
a
so much
lot
more
to
to
the
it.
plot.
So much more to it. That
Toji
criticism
here.
is
Well, and,
the criticism of how quick he came and left is so surface level. You have you're not even paying attention to the narrative if you think that this was like
how much
forcefully
longer
injected.
did you want this thing?
Exactly. How much longer did you want? Like, do you want this to be like a tried and true like Edo Tensei? Go fuck yourself. Like, I'm sorry.
And people would complain if he was out too long.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just flipping back around like, oh, he's just got revived. There's no stakes. He got revived. You can just
Like,
revive anyone now.
Yeah.
Like, this is the best of
You
both
want these to be
worlds,
Dragon Balls? You
How
want
can
this
you
to be a
revive anyone now
Orochimaru?
when he killed the reviver?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
like you want this to be a
Yeah,
Orochimaru,
exactly.
you want this to be Dragon Ball, you want this to be some fucking weird shit that you've seen before that you probably complained about earlier in like previous tweets. Shut the fuck up, dog. Like, just reread the series.
That's a good question too. Do you think we're going to see it like this seance technique again revive somebody? I think it's possible, but I think it's improbable.
Yeah,
and even if it
possible,
does happen,
that's the world building aspect that I was talking
Exactly,
about. This shows how
exactly.
profound Juryoku is as an energy system. It shows the limits
and
of what it
actually,
could do. And now we
have, like,
know
three total
more
characters.
Yeah.
We have 3 total characters that can do reversal Juryoku.
Yes.
You know what I mean? A heal.
We're learning
and so, like,
more and
we have
more about
one
how
that
this
can do,
system works.
2 that can do seance. You have
Yes.
who can do seance, and this old lady can do seance. Like,
Yes.
you need to have these, abilities shown. Otherwise, you
Yes.
can't know that the magic system can do this.
Yes.
Like, you gotta do it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One more quick thing, only because you reminded me about it when you touched on just like Maki's future. Megumi's inner dialogue about
says,
Maki. He
this
said,
is like Maki?
He's like Maki,
Yes.
but fully realized.
That shit got me
so
gassed the
fucking
fuck
hyped
up, bro.
for Maki.
I was like, yes. Now, obviously, there are massive differences between Maki and Toji. Now, Maki has like civilian level
Maki gonna be
Juryoku.
better.
No, well, that's where I'm getting at. I don't think that the system is going to allow her to be better because Maki has regular person levels of Juryoku. She just doesn't have sorcerer levels of Juryoku. That's why she needs help inside of cursed glasses to see the curses. That's why she always has to make sure that she has a tool in her hand. Toji specifically is the anomaly inside of this series that says you have 0 curse energy. We've never seen that before, Toji. So I feel like that is the massive that's a huge difference between her and Toji. Toji specifically, because he had no choice. Because he had absolutely 0, he had to boost his other senses to Daredevil levels in order to even be relevant inside of this world. Maki has civilian levels of Juryoku, and she has.
That doesn't mean Maki can't be better than Toji. And
But how could she be? How could she be better?
In a different way.
Yeah, in a different way is fine. But like, and we can trust Gege to give us that. But based on the information that we have right now, unless she has like the superhuman senses that Toji got from literally needing to have them because he has absolutely 0. But could she develop them to like could she develop them to sharpen them to the point of Toji, even though she doesn't have like the catalyst that is going to lead her to having to do nothing but focus on that until she got like, I feel like she's too old. You know what I mean?
You have to have some cursed energy.
You get a Jutsu Shiki when you're like 6 or 7. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get a Jutsu Shiki when you're like 6 or 7 years old.
Just Toji.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Choji doesn't get a technique when he's 6 or 7 because he has no cursed energy, and he doesn't even have civilian level cursed energy. So from that point, he's probably sharpening his regular senses to get to the point that he's at. Maki's already a teenager.
The difference,
that's a huge
obviously,
difference.
is the innate senses.
Yeah, that's a huge difference.
It kind of leads me to believe that at the point where Toji was at, they maybe had not come up with the cursed glasses.
Maybe.
Because if he could just throw those motherfuckers
he might not have sharpened them to
he
the
could
point
just
that he did.
see the fucking
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's a
but
good
my
point.
point is,
That's a good
because
point,
of the cursed glasses, Maki does not need to sharpen her
that's a
senses
really
to
good
that point.
point.
She can just see curses.
But that's still
So
a
do you
disadvantage
not
of
think
hers,
that
though.
she could surpass him
is.
on a physical level?
No,
well,
probably.
maybe on a raw physical level, sure. And we have things that imply that she is going to be the strongest physical character in the series. But there's so much more to fighting in this series than that. And if she is going to really be a tried and true Toji, then I feel like she's missed her opportunity to sharpen her senses to the point that Toji had to because he had no choice.
Yeah,
even if they missed it, even if they didn't have cursed glasses back when Toji came out. You know what I'm saying? And now Maki does. I feel like the fact that Maki has had them since they realized her Juryoku deficiency, is like the deciding factor on like whether or not she can even reach those levels. But even if she doesn't reach Toji levels, but here's the thing though, even if she doesn't reach Toji levels, she would still be a wildly capable character inside of this series, because Megumi was comparing Toji in this chapter to Four Finger Sukuna. That's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? If Maki even comes up to like 80 to 90% of that, what's that going to mean? Yeah, exactly.
But I think it's not super outlandish, because like, I don't know. I just think if she can build on her strength and speed, the senses really don't matter, because you know she can see curses and shit with the glasses.
Sure.
So
the senses always matter. The senses always matter though, because you never know what's going to happen. It's not just a strength and speed competition in these fights. It's very much
the reason he needed the senses is because he couldn't see him, because he needed to like smell him and hear him. And
right, but the advantages that all of those other senses being heightened to that level give him far exceed what just sight is going to give you.
Right, I agree with
you. Yeah.
But I was just saying that her having
speed and strength and shit too.
Her having, but she has some Juryoku, right? Like there's something Gege can do with that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
There's some that, so like that's what I'm saying. Like in other ways she can be, she can have as much physical prowess as one notch under Toji, and then have some other things that bridge the gap to make her better than Toji
better tools
in the future.
Inverted spear of heaven. That's all you need is tight tools of the inverted spear. You're Gucci. Or
like we already have abilities like inverse, where if it's a small thing, it's really big. But if it's too small, then it's nothing. You know what I mean? So like, and reverse for big, right? So like, what if there's some ability where like, okay, her civilian level Juryoku actually is like quite powerful based on some ability, you know, that she can like multiply it, but only if it's low enough. You know, I don't know. But I totally agree with Keiko.
I see what you're saying.
That like
that would be incredible.
There's things we can do with what she's got to give her, you know,
and we can trust Gege to give her amazing moments. And this is the thing with Maki's character. This is where you really show people how complicated and crazy Juryoku can be, because everyone is going to be thinking this is an energy system. The people with the most of it are going to do the craziest shit, but you have an energy system that's so fleshed out to where you can have characters like Rock Lee inside of Maki, inside of Jujutsu Kaisen, that are going to take advantage of the low end of the Juryoku pool and do wild shit there too. And that's going to be so fucking cool to see Gege do. And I have 100% trust in them to knock that out of the park. And I feel like they know it's coming, and they're like, "Ooh, I can't wait to show them this shit," because we have Toji as the yardstick for it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I think that about wraps it up for this chapter.
Yes.
Well, with that, I think we can go ahead and get right into Chainsaw Man chapter 76. Don't open it.
Don't open it, bro.
And man, like this hit me hard kind of when we got this little beginning of the chapter with this kid leaving to go play soccer with his friends. His mom's like, buy yourself some drinks, give them some yen and shit.
Awesome.
Just gets annihilated. It's fucking done for.
Jesus Christ.
I do.
It really adds to the death toll. You know, like when the president when the president of the United States says like, I'll give you 1 year of life from every American, and you're like, oh damn, that's like 300 million.
But then to
years
actually
of life.
see the life of that American going into the death in like a way that's relatable is fucking crazy to see, because it's just like
but you're seeing like the extra like the gun devil does have to get from point A to point B, and it's gonna kill everyone in its path, and like that's what we, the good guys, quote unquote, if you consider the Bill Clinton the good guy in this situation, like the good guys have just killed thousands of people, of people to kill Makima. It's very intense. Seeing that kid, seeing this opening scene here was just so beautiful from Fujimoto, because one, you hear the dialogue like Nick was saying about Bill Clinton saying, do this. Then you see all the names listed in like 6 columns on like 3 pages. Damn, that's a lot of people. Then for added effect, you see a kid on his way to go get shot. Now we really feel this scene. You know what I mean? And it's like, wow. And these scenes of destruction, and all these people getting thrown around, and buses and buildings, and
people getting shot in the heart. All the people that got all the panels. Yeah, and
hell yeah.
Man, there's just so much with this one that it's kind of uncertain to say a lot of things. Like it's really hard to speculate on this chapter.
Well,
but, like
just on the series
thing
in general, I feel like.
I mean,
so many different
definitely.
fucking weapons, bro.
Yeah, I mean, and
like
and,
this one where like the artillery shell hits the fucking ground and it like
The
blows
ground-
all the cars around.
that's exactly what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. Yeah, so
Yeah.
definitely, that's crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, before
that's
before
the
that,
forehead
man,
shot.
alphabetic.
That's the forehead shot. My head cannon is that's the forehead
yeah,
shot.
it very well could be. It very well could be.
Yeah.
Before that, crater artillery hit, you have this Makima sights the gun devil at a distance of 500 kilometers.
I love
that's
this second by second.
Yeah, the second by second play by play is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But like 500 kilometers, you can't. I don't think you can see 500
No, of course
kilometers.
not.
Oh
You
my
can't.
god, that's
Normal,
so
you know what I
far.
mean? Like,
I think
I
you
feel like
can
that's
say
more.
it's
That's more than most
300
states.
miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 300 miles, and like that's
Oh.
a very long distance. So like
It's not.
roughly 300 miles. And so like that's a very long distance. So like
He's
clearly
big
there's
as fuck,
some.
though.
Well, I feel like
Yeah,
the
he's
dialogue.
big.
No, and he's big, and I feel like the dialogue that we have says, regardless of what the distance is, his bullet is going to hit its mark. If these people,
I'm not saying from the bullet
Oh.
side.
Yeah, that's
I'm
not
saying
what we're
from the
talking-
Makima.
her
Makima can
sight
see
distance.
my
500
bad.
kilometers away, which
Yeah,
is
you're right.
pretty
Yeah.
intense.
You're right.
You know,
Oh,
like,
okay.
Yeah,
So are we
that's
in
gonna be
agreement?
really
Are we?
hard to
So are we in
You
agreement
said
that
that's 300 miles?
roughly?
Yeah, roughly.
It's more than 300,
So
a little more. I think.
are we in agreement that the gun?
Yeah. No. I know.
Are we in agreement that the gun devil is what Makima was waiting for on the shoreline then? Because she had access. Because we had
I still don't
access.
know.
Because she has access to Aki's future devil now. But she didn't.
Now.
Like now. No,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Right. But like, hasn't she like always, or does she only have it when she says surrender all of yourself to me, and then she can use your devil? Or because she's been controlling them the whole time. Like we were talking about that, how Aki and like other people are like, yeah, why do I follow Makima? Why do I do everything that she says? Could she have potentially had this future sight just as long as Aki has? And that's why she can see into the future the way that she does to see the future devil coming. You guys don't,
I don't
think that?
think so.
Okay.
Because the chains, she doesn't use their abilities until
the chains are in. All right.
And
That's what
she can
fine.
have control, like
on a lower level.
On a lower level, yeah. And
that's fine.
to have this whole thing planned though, still, so like future sight, seeing exactly the future, I don't think she's doing. I think she just is so skilled in just strategy or whatever. Just
that she saw the future devil contract coming from Bill Clinton before he ever made it. Like he's probably going to do this.
The gun devil, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think the future devil was involved with her.
Yeah. Okay.
knowing.
I just wanted to throw that question out there. Yeah.
I mean, it's I don't know.
Yeah, Eagle, what are you talking? What are you saying?
Apparently, you can only see mountains from about 100 miles away. So, and he doesn't seem as big as a mountain. So it's got to be either like maybe some really flat landscape and she can see a really far away just because she's a devil. Or it's got to be some kind of
it's
sensory.
Well, how
It's
big
a
is a
feat.
mountain?
It's
Because he's
sensory.
way
It's
bigger
just
than the
saying-
trees under him. He's way
Still,
bigger than
but
the
not
trees.
even-
under
You
him.
can see the moon.
No.
The moon is 100,000 miles away.
Okay.
You can see the moon.
Okay.
So like,
Yeah.
it's not that you can't see that far. It's just that can
Yes.
you see enough specific, like clearly
Plus,
to do anything?
your
Not
measurement
really.
is based on human sight, and this is obviously like.
I'm
well,
just
I'm
saying,
talking
like,
to Eagle. I'm talking to
cool.
Eagle.
She can see
Yeah.
that far.
I have a
Big deal.
solution.
Yeah,
I have
go
a
ahead,
I
go
did
ahead,
add
go
the
ahead.
caveat, though. I did
Yeah,
add the
yeah, you
caveat
did.
that she could possibly see farther because she's a
Yeah.
devil.
Yeah.
She can
go ahead.
see through everything she controls. We've already established
Yeah,
that,
for
right?
sure,
Like,
for sure.
Yes.
So
okay.
like, there's plenty of ways.
That
you
just
can
solves
see
it right
this-
there. That just solves
Yeah.
it right there. Even
Yeah.
if the curvature of the Earth prevented you from seeing it,
Right.
she could
Yes.
still see that far.
Right.
Because
Yes. Yeah.
exactly what you're saying.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you
right.
for reminding us
That's
of
right.
that.
That's right.
Kiko.
True.
Yes.
True.
Thank you. All right. Anyway, Kiko, get in thy bag, sir.
Okay, I guess. All right. So, well, these people, you got Tendo and Kurose and Sawatari, people we haven't seen for a long time. Prinz,
Yeah.
the Spider Devil,
Yeah.
obviously Aki and Angel Devil. What do all these people have in common? None of them are hybrids.
Yeah.
She can, and so because there's been a lot of speculation that she's had Retsei and Katana Man in a prison cell that she was going to use later
sure.
in a similar way to this.
Okay,
so
that's cool.
and I don't know, like if that definitively says she does not have those hybrids in a cell for later for some other use, because that doesn't say that definitively.
Right.
But that kind of squashes a lot of people's theories there. But
something else to bring up here is that when it says 3 hours, 18 minutes, 26 seconds, Makima prepares for ability activation and it lists deaths. Like she literally like killed a bunch of people to activate her ability. And Aki is dead.
Is listed.
Aki has been killed.
Aki
is literally dead.
yeah.
Yeah, he's on.
He's
the
Wait,
list right
Aki's
there.
dead?
Yeah.
Page 11.
Yep.
He's listed right above his
page
head.
10 and 11, double A
Hayakawa,
spread.
comma, Aki.
Yep.
No.
He's literally dead.
Yep.
And you also know this because if you go further into the chapter, when she's now activating her ability, this is at 3 minutes 18 seconds, or 18 minutes and 27 seconds, 28 seconds, whatever. It says uses the following abilities, and it lists people's names and says they're anti-mortem.
Yep.
Devil contract, aka they are dead. But what was their contract before death? Anti-mortem, as opposed to post-mortem,
Dude, if
right?
Jin doesn't know that, if Jin on Twitter, my guy, our guy actually, if Jin doesn't fucking know this before watching this episode, this is gonna break his heart, bro.
Aki's literally dead.
No,
Aki's
my
dead as
heart,
fuck,
bro.
yeah.
It
My
even
heart
says on page
I literally didn't even put it together.
15, page 15,
So-
Aki's anti-mortem devil contract.
Stop
AKA he's dead, and so this is his
it.
contract before death. He's dead.
Oh
Yes,
my
yes,
god, I'm
dead. And
dude,
so,
my chest.
but is this really the ending that Future Devil was waiting for? There can definitely be
it's
more
not
with
that
Aki
gruesome.
some way.
It's didn't he
Sure.
say it was gonna be
Yeah, it's like
gruesome?
gruesome, yeah.
And he just said it was going to be like the worst death. You're going to have a very
But that
terrible,
could have,
tragic death.
that could have a
Right.
lot of
This
different
is a fucking
implications
terrible,
on it.
tragic
This
death.
is a very, this is a very terrible, tragic
But
death.
is
You
this-
give your
Like,
will
he's
up
going
to
outside
someone
as
who's going to
fuck?
Is it
use
that
you.
tragic?
Yeah, no,
No.
listen,
Going outside as
listen,
fuck.
no, listen. Weren't you? Remember last week, Nick?
Sad.
Remember last week, Nick? You were like,
Yeah.
what's one of the scariest things? Being conscious of something
Yes.
and not having
Yes.
control.
Yes.
Aki is confused about why he's even following Maki in the first place, so
Yep.
he's lost his autonomy. And now
Yep.
he's giving his everything to Makima to be used to be
Great point.
killed in this confrontation with the gun
Great point,
devil
Nick.
who killed his whole people,
Yeah.
and he doesn't even get to like have the part in it that he probably wants to defeat the gun devil. Dude, this is
I love
this
that.
is awful.
The
for
future
Aki.
devil also did say, "You'll get killed by Denji."
It did say that.
Ho, 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 ho.
Wait a minute.
Nice.
They're probably
Oh,
going more with Aki.
Jin, hold on. We still out here, bro.
We still out
Hold
here,
on,
man.
Jin. Hold on, Jin. We still out here, Jin.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
wild.
keep
So
going.
wild.
Keep going, Kiko.
Could I
Well,
say-
Wow.
Sawatari had her head bitten off by her snake devil when she
Yeah.
was killed.
Yeah.
And
back
at,
on.
yeah, and it's stitched back on. And that's the only like injury that's really been healed on all of these people. I don't know if that really means something because like Prince didn't get her arms back, Aki didn't get his arms back, Angel didn't get his arms back,
Right.
or Aki didn't get his one arm back.
Yeah.
Right.
Singular.
Probably
Yeah.
still had that. Probably still had the head, right?
Oh yeah, they came
no,
back
no,
from
no.
hell.
All,
No,
all
'cause the
those
snake
injuries,
ate
all
it.
those injuries, a lot of those injuries from hell, like were healed when they went back to hell. It wasn't really explained, but necessarily,
Yeah.
but like, say Chuanchi and the girls and Aki's head and a lot of these injuries were healed somehow in between
Yeah.
being in hell and coming back from hell.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
not the arms.
Just-
like some
yeah.
things were permanent and some things weren't permanent.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And Sawatari got her head totally eaten by
Yeah,
the
that's
snake
right. That's
devil.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
And so
That was early.
Well, yeah, it's like in the 30s or something.
That's like
And
Katana
Makima
Devil
had
arc,
to-
right?
Katana.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, definitely. And Makima had to go to the higher ups or whatever and explain the situation. And she's like, I don't know, it was probably some like kamikaze, whatever, seppuku type act that she inflicted with her devil. Like if she got in this bad situation that it was going to come and just eat her. So, you
Right.
can't, I don't know, be used or whatever.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking Naruto in that way, like where, we can't let anybody get our Byakugan because if they do,
Yeah.
they're going to implant it in other people and use
Right.
it against us, that kind of
Right,
thing.
right,
So
right.
like, I want to kill myself and not let my contract, any post-mortem shit linger on or whatever.
No.
And I don't know though, because it's like when Makima's explaining that, she sounds way too. I went back and read it, and she's just like way too vague and acts like she don't know shit, and there's just no
Yeah.
way
Right.
she didn't know
Right.
like what happened there. So it seems to me that she induced that snake attack on Sawatari or whatever, and and that whatever can keep her around because these are all people that she had to have give themselves to them. It seems like Prince was always under that, right? Like Prince always gave herself to Makima, is what it seemed like. Where Tendo and Kurose used to roll with her a lot, and I don't think there was ever a time where she says that dialogue to them, but I don't remember like why they come out of the story really. I know that they were around when you first get to see her smashing people from Kyoto, you know, using prisoners as sacrifices
or whatever.
Yeah. So, but regardless, the devil that you see coming down from the top is Tendo and Kurose's devil. That is the punishment devil.
That's right.
And
that's
Snake.
right. That's
Snake.
right. And Snake.
And Snake is on the outside.
For sure.
And Snake's on the outside. Yeah, for sure.
That brings me to my my question.
Yeah.
So is the gun devil out of here? Because like these motherfuckers coming down.
No. The gun devil's about to hit the fucking 360-degree Neo in the Matrix.
Let's throw in our bets here.
Obviously, he's got no dialogue, so it's hard to convey emotion on him.
Right.
But the shading on him is like kind of indicative of like he is.
Yes.
You know, and he's looking up like,
I love that point.
Shit.
Because if you look at page 14, when Makima is activating her ability, and look at the gun devil, and now go to page 16, as you're saying, the up and down lines. Now
He's
it could be
shaded
shadow,
just
plain
shadow,
but it definitely looks more, you know,
could be
like
a malice type energy.
Intense.
The Reiatsu pressure.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
The biggest thing to me was the hole in Makima's head.
Yeah.
And then it says this is the 29th time she's died.
Yeah, what is that?
And then the sausage comes out of her fucking head.
The brain
intestine comes out of her head, and then makes the halo, which is replicated above, you know, the gun devil or whatever. So whose contract is this?
That's Angel's ability.
That's Angel's ability, right? Okay.
The halo I feel like
halo itself
is
is Angel's ability, but like why is
because
it
if you
being,
look earlier,
she
already has the chains on Aki and Angel.
But like, why is it being shown in this way if it's Angel's ability? Because Angel has never shown intestinal halos. You know what I mean?
Because it's cool as hell.
Because it's cool as hell. That's something that we can say, but there's so much visual storytelling in the series.
Right.
There's got to be a reason why it's shown differently here than it is with the actual devil that they're taking this ability from.
Maybe that's actually Makima's ability. And
right. So if it's Makima's ability,
other people's abilities, she has to cast it out of a halo like that comes out of her body.
It could be. It could be that halo activations are common, like Angel and Makima and other devils. Maybe.
But the thing that the question that I like asked myself when I was watching this, I was like, okay, so everything, and I'm trying to pay attention because I'm trying to be Kiko here. So I'm trying to pay attention to like every single panel that I see, and I'm like, okay, so this is Makima using an ability. It's either her own ability or it's someone else's ability that she has chained to her. If it is someone's ability that she has chained to her, why is it behaving differently than the way it would work for the person she's controlling? Now,
it's cool.
Because it's cool is something that you could say, but that seems like kind of like outside of the realm of like what Fujimoto allows inside of his visual story.
Totally agree.
I'm like, okay. Is there some kind of like hybrid effect that goes like where her ability works in tandem with the abilities of those that she has chained? If that's the case, why is it, you know, a sausage link? Because like when we've seen her use abilities, like when she squishes the motherfuckers in the Katana Devil arc, whose ability was that? You know what I'm saying? Is that control? I can't tie any kind of reasoning to control in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
That could be Heights.
Yeah.
Shout out Nickums.
Right, but if it is Heights, it seems like it's activating in a way to where it's resembling exactly what that devil contract would perform if it was the actual person who had that double contract. But there's a completely different effect happening here.
Sure, yes.
You know what I'm saying? That is like
it's
different.
Not the halo. It's not just
a halo. It's literally a fucking like
you
know what I'm saying? So I'm like what about Makima is changing the effect of what we're seeing right now? Because if it's just control, like if she's just the control devil, then you would think she's just going to use other people's abilities. But when she uses other people's abilities right here, which we are attributing to the Angel Devil as why the halo is happening the way that it is, there's a different effect than we see the Angel Devil using. So like, what is it about Makima that is changing the physical
great question.
attributes of what we're seeing right now. Exactly. So
something that I will say that you reminded me of that kind of
Yeah.
goes against what I was saying is that she did use that smashing ability. We can assume that was somebody else's ability.
yeah.
And when
'Cause
she
how
did
could that
use
be
that,
controlled?
this intestinal halo did not appear.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
That's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
it is more associated with Angel, like you guys are saying.
Yeah.
Right, but like,
Yeah.
but that's
since
my
she's the
that's
control
like
devil,
that's
can
my
she
like
override the rules of somebody else's ability, or who knows?
No, I don't think rules. That'd be really broken.
Or he
you know what I
does. The Angel Devil does cast weapons and stuff. Like he brings weapons out of his halo.
Mhm.
So maybe she can like say like, yeah, I'm gonna use that halo ability to
Right.
bring, techniques out of.
Yeah, it's almost like this is like a
Or
literal
not techniques, I'm
combination.
sorry, I'm thinking Jujutsu Kaisen now.
Of
Right.
all of their
Devils.
But
abilities.
this is like literally a
Devils.
fusion technique. You know what I mean? Where it's
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
have,
That's
you have
what I
the
think.
ring of Angel.
But if it's a
and the
fusion
snake
technique, then like
and the
why wouldn't we
punishments
see?
together.
Well, if it's a fusion technique, then why wouldn't we see any kind of
A
difference?
light halo.
Yeah, like why wouldn't we see any kind of difference when Makima uses another technique earlier in the series, like when she squishes people in the Katana Devil arc? Like, wouldn't we see some kind of, and maybe there is some kind of link to Makima inside of that, because we never saw whose technique it originally belonged to. You know what I'm saying? The technique that she used to squish everyone in the Katana Devil arc, we never saw who that originally belonged to. But like, we can say that because there isn't like the intestinal, aesthetic to the ability that she's using in this chapter, that like there maybe should be an intestinal aesthetic to like when she uses, and maybe the intestinal aesthetic is just the after effect of squishing people, because they got twisted up into like sausage links. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
right.
maybe that's what it is. But like at the same time,
I honestly do not know the answer to your question.
no idea. No idea.
Yeah. I love the question. I would say like people in the comments, like
holla at your guala.
tell us what you think. But Kiko, what do you
Yeah,
think?
go ahead.
Well, Aki's got two Cursed Devil contracts.
That's right.
I mean, he's got Future Devil and the Cursed Devil. Like,
That's
is that part of the Cursed Devil? Like, because the Cursed Devil comes out and it's like skeleton and bones and shit, Like,
That's
I
right.
mean, I don't know. Like, I agree that this is just a combo technique of like all these people like mixed together, and that if the Halo being different, there's definitely something to it. Like what is it? Is that I don't know, just part of the cursed, or is it part of like the Angel Devil, or not the? I'm sorry, the Spider Devil Prince. Like, is it something? I don't know why that would be, but there's a couple things here. There's more abilities to pull from these pool of people, that it could possibly in combo with.
That's right. That's right.
So I have a couple other things to talk about in this chapter or whatever. So since we're talking about Makima's ability, let's keep it with Makima's ability. Here's something I want to just point out. Another subtle art panel difference or point. Page 15. You have this is the panel, the double spread, where she's activating her ability.
Yes.
All these abilities are said. Look at the chains. The chains are coming from her womb. Right?
Wow.
That's where a baby would be.
Yeah.
That's where a baby bump would be if you had a baby
Wait
bump.
a minute, bro.
They're
What are
coming
you
from her
doing,
womb.
bro?
They're her children.
Matriarchal, the original say authoritarian control, matriarchal societies
Oh
way
my
back when we
God.
were much more primitive, you know what I mean? Like that could be a throwback to it didn't always be patriarchy, you know what I mean?
And I
It
will
used to
say-
be back in the
Wow.
I will say
Yes.
the chains. I will say the chains are also going from her womb to
day. To their
hearts.
hearts.
Oh,
To their hearts. Yo!
Yep.
Get out of here.
Stop, bro.
Hell yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
that obviously is intentional and woo.
Yeah.
Bro.
Everything's intentional.
Bro, every
Of course,
single
of course.
thing.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I mean, the
intentional.
sausage brain thing, and I'm just
Who
like,
in your
why can't I
life-
figure this out?
Who in your life has more control on you or over you, than your mother? You're
Than your
always
mother,
worried
right.
about
Oh my
what
God,
your mother thinks
dude.
about what you do.
100%.
Hell yeah.
So I
crazy.
have,
Wow.
another one. So let's go back. Let's go back to the Gun Devil.
Yeah.
The Gun Devil is, what page is this? So we're getting all these people killed. We're seeing all this stuff. All right, page 6. Page 6.
Yep.
Gun Devil ability activation. The ability to fire
A separate
bullet.
ability. Yeah.
Yeah, a separate ability.
Yeah,
The ability
yeah.
to fire a bullet through the heart of every living thing born in the months of January, February, March, not April.
I'm
May,
dead.
June,
I'm dead.
Not July, August, September, not October, November, December.
I'm clean, baby.
I'm dead as hell, bro.
I'm dead.
Me
I'm
too.
dead.
I'm out
I'm
of
dead
here.
as fuck.
So my question,
clean.
I was trying to think, like, what is the significance? There's only 3 months not included. What is the significance of April, July, and October? And
What are you about to
for the
say
record,
right now?
for the record, I really do not know the answer to this question. But here's my hint, my guess. You know what I mean? Because this is devil stuff. You know what I mean? And so for me.
So wait,
devils,
it's only 3 months?
only 3
Yeah.
months.
That's
April,
that's
October, July.
3, 6, 9, 12. That's a multiple of 12.
Yes, and so I guess as a side, idea that I don't really hold this idea, but like if you take January as the 12 o'clock position on a clock,
Yeah.
then April is 3 o'clock, July is 6 o'clock,
Yeah.
and October is 9 o'clock because they're all -1. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the last chapter was 9, 12. I don't get it,
Bro,
So
it's the
to me
number
that-
23 on the stream again.
To me, that's not what I'm going for. But here's my idea. Here's my idea.
Yeah.
We're talking devil stuff.
Yeah.
For me, devil stuff is linked with the occult, witches,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So let me just throw some dates out here. Halloween.
Yep. I
The
was
end
gonna
of
say
October.
October is because of Halloween. Yep.
Now, April, Walpurgisnacht. If anyone out there has watched Puella Magi Madoka Magica, there is the springtime witches hour,
talking
which is
pagan shit.
April 30th is Walpurgisnacht. And then I looked up on Google, like, what's the July Wiccan July witchcraft holiday, and there is one at the end of July, so end of April, end of July, end of October, which is Lammas Eve, Harvest Eve. It's kind of a this is a stretch for me. This is very much a stretch for me.
No,
I'm
this
not
is
saying- I'm not
amazing.
saying-
No, this
I was
is
trying- what could it
amazing.
be? Like, why those months?
No,
Why those
no.
months?
You found a link
Yeah.
between the 3 months that aren't included. Whatever that link is has to have some level of legitimacy. Even if we're wrong, that's an
yeah,
incredible
definitely.
guess. That is an
If anyone in the
incredible
comments
guess.
can tell me
Wow.
if they another idea about this, because I'm so curious. I'm like, why those? You know it's intentional. Why
Yeah, yeah,
those
yeah.
3 months? Why? I
Oh
don't
my
know.
god.
So crazy.
That
Yeah.
is so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I mean, I
am
would say
beside
affiliation in those months with like supernatural or like devilish, paganistic, whatever holiday.
Yeah,
whatever
my
holiday
God,
they had,
bro.
that could
Stop.
be something. I think.
Right.
Yo,
That's
swear
what-
to
yeah.
God, bro. Swear to
Coming for you,
God.
Keiko.
Yeah, hey, Nick. Hey, Nick is on your heels, dog.
Well, before you guys say that, I know who's behind the door.
Yes, please tell me. Keiko! Please tell me.
Let's go.
It's Kobene with another, letter of resignation. Her 4th letter of resignation.
Oh my God, get out of here.
I just smack the shit out of you.
Bro,
I know I hyped it up, bro.
I'm so ready for.
bro, I was ready to
That
get
goes
my
well, though.
mind shattered.
I swear
And
to
you
God.
said it's Kobene's car.
No, it's not Kobene's car. It's Kobene with her.
It's
with
the
her,
Kobene's car
oh.
ghost devil. It's the reincarnation
No,
of her car.
It's
On
her
the
with
real-
another letter of resignation. This is
On
like
the
her
real-
4th
Oh
one she's given.
God, dude.
On the real though, like, does anybody have any ideas on who it could be?
No,
Well,
I think
I will
it's-
tell you
it's- I think it's the same
definitively.
person it has been whenever we've gotten that dialogue, and I don't
Well,
know.
wait.
what it
Well,
is. Yeah.
the dialogue is Pochita. Pochita is
Yeah,
telling.
the dialogue is
Yeah, so that's the
The
dialogue.
apartment door
Now-
is not the door.
Oh
in his
yeah,
mind.
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
my bad,
exactly.
my bad. I'm
It's
tweaking. I'm
two
tweaking.
different
Yeah,
doors.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
It's two
tweaking.
different doors,
I'm
two
tweaking.
different doors.
Yeah, you're right. You're
So,
right. You're right.
So this is I have no idea what this is meant to be. You know what I mean? Is it a future sight, kind of like a you know what I mean, like a prophecy? You know, like
Yeah.
don't open it, and he's opening a different door. Who cares about that door? It's your
Is
apartment
this-
door. Just open it. Who
is-
cares?
Is this something that Pochita, like within his mind space, knows will force Denji, like somebody strong enough that will force Denji to open the mental space?
actual-
Oh,
door.
so it's
So
a
he's
Maki.
saying,
So it's a projection
don't
of
open the
Makima's will.
door.
It's a projection
Yeah.
of
Could
be-
Makima's will
could be.
to control Denji.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he's
it's-
saying, don't open this door because if you do, it's gonna force you to open like my door,
Yes.
which
Yes.
is gonna
Yes.
set all
Yes.
this fucking shit in
Yes.
motion.
So
I
this
love
has
that.
to be
I
like
tried
a
to stop.
prerequisite warning from Pochita that says, when you open this door, you are letting in Makima's control to turn you against Power and Aki.
Well, no,
'cause
because
it's the
at the same
well-
time, well, I don't know. I would kind of agree with what Kiko said at the beginning, where Makima can't really control hybrids because.
Oh
So
yeah,
that was
that's right. You
kinda
said
against
that.
that.
But she
So-
can. Well, I think
Well,
it's
I
gonna
was
be.
gonna say-
I think when he opens the door, it's gonna be Makima. I'm saying it right now. It's gonna be a projection, some kind of mental projection of Makima, and it's gonna be one of those moments that makes us go, what is going on in this series? I know Makima's at the beach with
That's a good
everyone,
guess.
and it's gonna be
Yeah.
Makima standing right
Yeah.
there, like Denji. Bro, watch it, bro. It's Makima.
Yeah.
Watch, bro.
I definitely believe that. I think very well could be
That would be
Makima,
crazy.
Watch,
and,
bro.
and I love that.
Watch, bro.
Because there's no sense of time. There's no sense of time
Yes,
between
yes.
the ability activation and then the next scene. So,
Bro,
so
it's
it definitely
Makima.
could be.
That
hours,
legit could be a
days.
few days later and just be her.
It's
Yeah.
Makima
Yeah.
either in that form or in an astral projection of some
I
kind.
like the astral projection.
Yeah,
one.
like, bro,
Yeah.
it's watch, bro. Hold on, I'm on my Kiko, bro. Stop.
All right. I got
Stop.
one.
Stop. Stop.
Although
Oh,
even
Kiko.
I would like the astral projection also, or like the embodiment of her will. But also, I would go crazy if it was just like, it went black and now this is like a couple days later, Makima's back, the Gun Devil's slaughtered, and she's just like, what's up?
We did
know,
it.
That shit would be crazy.
Aki's dead, but like,
Do you want to go to the beach?
oh my god.
Yeah.
Do something super mundane.
Yeah.
Chill.
I think there's maybe no possibility of this, but what if it's a Gun Devil hybrid? What if there is a hybrid?
Oh, wait.
Okay, but
Can they
how?
both exist? Can they both exist at the
Oh
same
I
time?
don't know.
God.
I don't think so.
Maybe that's why the
because-
contract was, with the people.
Wait a minute. Okay. Gun Devil
if- okay,
hybrid,
but
Makima
now,
astral
but also,
projection.
also,
Makima in
Gun
real
Devil
time.
hybrid's
and we-
unlikely.
No,
Gun
no,
Devil hybrid's
no. Gun
unlikely.
Devil. Well, let's just. I just want to keep track. So, Gun Devil hybrid, Makima astral projection, Makima in real time, and we have no
Yeah.
sense of time, and this is after the fact.
Yeah.
Eagle, what's your guess?
That was his guess, wasn't
that
it?
was, his guess was Makima
He's
astral projection.
agreeing with Nick's guess.
No, I didn't.
Well,
I don't
I
have a
just-
guess.
I wonder
No,
about
no.
the
You
Gun
said
Devil
you said
hybrid
that there's no
because
sense of time. It could be actually. When
I was
no,
helping
no,
at
no,
Eagle's point.
Eagle was saying.
I was saying it
Yeah.
it would be
it
hype
could-
if it was a couple days later and
Yes.
she just
Okay.
came
Okay.
up like, yeah,
so
we
then
already
Nick,
slaughtered
what
the
is?
devil.
So then Nick, what is your guess?
Oh, geez, do I have to pick another one? A different guess?
Wait, what was your guess the first time?
I
don't
was
have a
gonna
guess.
say.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you
I
have
was
a guess.
gonna say,
You need a guess right now.
It's okay. So to help the hybrid point,
Yeah.
Okay.
let's keep this train going.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's minutes. We don't know if it's hours, days. Let's say it's
Yep.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Aki is out on a super secret mission, and he doesn't know. This is bad theory. Because
Let's go.
Denji should already be on the mission too with Aki.
Yeah.
Like okay, it's been weeks, and it is the hybrid. It is the Gun Devil hybrid because the Gun Devil's dead, and they tricked it into being a hybrid instead of dying. This is a bad theory. I don't believe it. I don't even believe
actually,
myself, but I'm just trying to make a new theory up.
Wait a
to be
minute.
four theories.
No, because that's
Well,
how it
so-
happens, right? The devil
With the
that
hybrid
kills
thing.
you, you
Right.
can form a hybrid relationship.
You got to convince them to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
in a hybrid,
yeah.
right, Kiko? Would you?
Well,
would you
Wait
go
a minute.
that
The
way?
most
Wait,
least,
wait, wait,
the
wait.
most least likely
No.
thing could be it, though.
We don't know
And
any
with
other.
every hybrid
than-
that we've gotten.
we don't know how they
the
became a
devil
hybrid
is
other
their
than
heart.
Denji.
No,
Yeah,
no.
well-
But wait, but who
well,
else?
Oh, we
who-
got the Katana Devil said like his heart, right?
Okay.
I don't
I
remember
think
that.
I don't remember
hybrids,
that. I don't remember
They
that exactly. I just
consume the devil, and their
Yeah, I just
heart
thought
is
of
the
it-
devil.
it's a
Or no, they
symbiotic relationship.
die. Denji died, and the Chainsaw
And-
Devil was like,
Yes,
"Yo, let me
yes.
crawl
We
up
have
inside."
no
you."
idea the conditions
right.
of any other hybrid forming
Yeah,
their
other than that one.
relationship,
Yeah.
unless it
Yeah,
other than
true,
Denji. So
true,
like we don't know
true.
what needs.
And we
to
don't even
happen.
know if other like
We have one example of the origin of a
Yeah.
hybrid. Yeah.
Yeah. And hybrids, we know that Retsei was basically created as a hybrid. So people know how to do it. And it's we don't know how the Russians did it, but we know
Makima
that
knows.
Yeah, and they got
Makima
a
knows.
red room.
Yeah.
They got a red room just like Black Widow. So it's like they have like a training
Yeah.
program for assassins
Yeah.
inside of the Soviet Union. So you could assume that they
Yeah.
have top men studying how to do this shit and can recreate it whenever they need to.
Top
So,
men.
Yeah. Wow. All
I
right.
still like it's Kobene.
That's about all I have for this chapter, I think.
I'm good.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I'm super
that's all I
good.
had as well.
Wow, though. I'm super good. But wow, though.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, with that, then we can go ahead and move right into chapter 22 of Mashle. Magic and Muscles, Don't Bear It, and the Rose with Thorns.
It's Don't Hours, baby. Let's
That's what
go.
Right at the beginning, I love this scene where he's like giving Mash shit for like saying like, oh, it's like we're going to a secret base. It's like, stop killing the dramatic tension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Well,
is
I do like that.
Don't season.
Yeah, jumping a couple pages ahead though, like one thing I really love is just to see is the different mark designs in this series. That's something that's very
Pretty
minor.
Yeah, for sure.
That I really like is just the different mark designs on people's face. Man.
Is it
It's
minor
pretty
though?
cool.
I feel like this is major, and it's just something that's meant to like not be noticed. Maybe like as much until
I totally
they
agree.
become really prominent. Like I
Well,
said in
and
the
he's-
last segment. Like I said in the last segment, we're gonna get the fucking mob psycho question mark percent activation of
Sure.
fucking Mash. His hair's gonna go up. We're gonna see the Harry Potter lightning bolt on this motherfucker shit, bro.
Well, and, hey,
I think it
well,
would be
and-
crazy, but I don't want
It
to
would be
see it.
crazy.
Maybe I do
always
want to
love-
see it. Yeah.
we always love in series where like the power system allows people that may not have as good of an ability
Yes.
or be as strong as that mana pool
Yes.
to
Yeah.
beat people that have better abilities.
And
than
we
them.
have dialogue that
What if-
confirms
what
this
if-
option. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
What if
yes.
this
Yeah.
the magic mark thing, maybe the intricacy of your mark is indicative of like some of your power. So even if maybe a straight 2-line mark guy
It's
This
not
guy's
as tight
strong
as like a fucking
as somebody
swirly
with
one
an
line guy.
intricate
Yeah.
line, yeah.
Yeah. No,
Bro, I hope
like
Blue.
that.
I hope
Either-
Blue.
He does
I hope
say
Blue
that
is
he's
watching this
stronger than a
episode right
2-line,
now.
right?
Yeah.
He does say
Yeah.
that he's
Yeah, he
stronger
says
than a
he's
2-line.
tighter than a 2-line. Dude, I hope
Well,
Blue is
he-
watching this
He
episode
says
right now.
he can do better than a 2-line.
Yeah, he says
Yeah,
that.
so maybe
but
the
that could be
intricacy of your
arrogance.
mark is indicative.
I love that.
But if so, then why not? Why would he not just be a 2 mark? It's kind of confused. Whatever.
No.
but-
You're
but
right. You have a point. You have a point.
I think it's a great point.
This is an amazing
like
point.
maybe the what if the length of the line? So if you have this, like he has this line, it's hard to say if the swirliness of the line, it's very rounded, is the roundedness of the line indicative of the fact that his ability is vines, which themselves I would consider like a wavy type of ability. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Wow.
Vines aren't static.
Wow.
Now
Okay.
is it the type of ability? Which I think is
Could be.
look at doubt, right? Doubt is explosions, and it's ja ja ja, like angles,
Wow.
like
Yeah.
a very very now, or is it length of line? So if
Yeah.
a wavier line is longer
Yes.
than a straight line, if it's from the eye to the bottom of the chin,
and we
say,
see a
right?
lot
So,
of
like,
eye to bottom of the chin markings.
Yes, very
And
common.
some
Now
have
doubt is our
Bro.
eye to the ear, but what if length implies like mana pool for the 1 line, or say what if it's not mana pool but intensity, amplitude? Like you maybe have a lower mana pool because you only have 1 line, but your output potential is higher, say, than someone else. I don't know. I totally agree
Bro,
with you. I
that
think the
would
lines
be
will come into
so
play.
Crazy, dude.
Well, he
lines
says
definitely have to
specifically,
come
though.
into play, but like I hadn't imagined length of lines, design of lines. I literally, because of the
Right.
series,
Yeah.
was just thinking number of lines, which is totally
right.
what you're
Yeah.
supposed to think. But this is
Yeah.
out of the box thinking that makes me love talking about this shit with you guys, bro.
Yeah,
Wow.
This is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, and
this is
wow.
awesome. But
Really-
he says explicitly here, though, like
Yeah.
it's magic capacity is worthless if you don't use it right? Like,
Yes.
so that's the key.
Yeah.
That's the key sentence here.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
and
right, that's right.
And I mean,
Headmaster
I
is
don't,
1 line. Headmaster is 1 line.
Headmaster is
Yeah.
1 line.
Yo.
and I don't like the two line. Okay, so 2 straight lines. Who's got 2 straight lines? I don't want 2 straight lines to be shit on because that's my man Lance out here. Better put some respect on Lance's name, bro. Them 2
and
straight lines mean
Right,
something.
okay.
Now.
So we're fleshing out the
Means
energy
something
system.
around
We're
here.
fleshing out the energy system. So not only does the number of lines matter, the the intricacy of the lines matter, and
Yep.
what you do with what that base power gives you, whether it's the intricacy of the line or the number of the line. How you use that base potency that either of those two factors give you is dependent on you as a person to make it work for you in the best way possible. This is so much potential for this energy system.
Oh, huge potential.
Oh,
we're
my
still. I think we're still
right
very much in the
getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. We need to chill. We need to chill. We need to chill.
Gary,
We need to chill. We need to chill.
But hey, let me
chill.
unchill
Sorry,
us.
I need to chill.
Lance.
Yeah, I need to chill.
Lance,
Legend of Bagger Lance.
line. Lance double line. His lines are straight down. Gravity is straight down.
Straight down. Yeah.
Right.
And the lines that goes along with what you said. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I think everyone's line's design is like kind of akin to their ability so far.
There's so many
think so too.
potential factors involved in what your magic is, how potent it is, who you are as a person, manipulating it in the way that you naturally would as you individually, bro.
Yeah.
This
so let me just say for the fans,
we
let me say
might be-
for the viewers who actually are up with Mashle right now and who are excited for Mashle, can you not imagine you're gonna see someone for the first time? It's gonna be a one-liner, but that design is gonna be so crazy, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
You're correct.
Like it goes back and forth across their face.
Nickums
like
is
this,
correct.
like
Yeah.
fucking-
Bro.
No, I can confirm that Nick is correct on that assumption. Now I know because Lemons is this and a hook, and her fucking magic is cuffs and shackles, and it's a half fucking shackle right there on her face.
Wow.
And I just love.
Hold on, bro. Yeah, no. Go ahead.
I love the flex in this chapter of Dote's. Like, we actually get a moment from him that's really like calculated, and like he really plans this shit out. Like he's like, okay, this dude is looking down on my intelligence.
Crazy this chapter.
He's like,
bro.
this dude is looking down on me, so I'm gonna place these around him. He's gonna think they're fucking like mines, basically.
Yes.
But they're really time bombs. He tells him like, you definitely gonna
watch
fall
your
for
step.
Yeah.
He says, watch your step. That's the only thing he says. All he says is, watch your step. That's the key thing.
This is
that's
very.
subtle, and that's all you needed.
Literal.
This is very. This is very part 1 Naruto. This is very Hunter x Hunter. This is very Death Note. This is very Promised Neverland. This is very Battle of Witsy inside of this fight. And I was talking about it in the last segment, how we're going to see very impressive 1v1s from all of our main cast here in this situation that they found themselves in. And here we have Dote going nuts with the tactics, bro. The last motherfucker you would expect to pull a looky-loo on a motherfucker, bro. Yes.
Can I also throw in here, obviously all of these characters are going to grow.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so in this chapter, the pretty boy, he's doing like the kind of like twirling of his hair. It's a very pretty boy trope of pretty boys or whatever in Japan. Now, anyway, like he says like, oh yeah, you got landmines. And he's like, when did I say there were landmines, right? wait until the future. When he does have landmines and time bombs, he's going to be tricking people left and right. Like, how do you know if that's a time bomb?
Or a landmine.
Or if it's a landmine, if you go, you're messed up.
Yes.
Right? So
oh my God, dude. Dote is going to be nasty.
High potential.
And Dote reminds me a lot. Now characters have been reminding us. Good shit, Nick. Dote has been reminding us, or the series has been reminding us of Black Clover characters. You have Lance inside of Gauche. Now we have Dote resembling Zora inside of Trap Magic to a certain degree. You know what I mean? So it's like, but at the same time, I don't want to say that. I'm not going to jump the gun here and say that the Mashle creator, still haven't memorized his name yet, but I'm not going to say that the Mashle creator is doing Zora better than Zora. But
that was going to be my kind of point there too. Not that exactly. It's that runes are being introduced in a magic story early enough to make it work away and not feel shoehorned in.
Let's go.
Shoehorned in.
Yes. I like that we're establishing that right away.
Yeah.
And that this is going to be something that can develop in a lot of different ways throughout other people's characters, or maybe not, or maybe it's just Doubt that has fucking this.
And to be fair to Black Clover,
cast it on the ground. It's not really runes yet. We don't know.
Right. But I can see why he's saying runes though, because it's this is the first time that we've seen a planted transmutation circle esque.
Yeah.
This is the shape of my magic before it activates. He's saying like this is the first time that we've seen something like that, at least to my memory. And if this is the first time Kiko's remembered it, this is the first time I've remembered it. I don't think that we've seen a time-based spell at all. And like runes like this, in the way that we've seen it, makes sense for a time-based ability in hindsight.
And so we were talking about, you know, watch your step and what, you know, Dote's doing to, you know, push the fight in his direction. He started that before the fight has even started by admitting, you know, like, first of all, the dude's like, he's talking out loud. I forget the guy's name, whoever he's fighting right here, but he's saying, you know, it's a shame a guy like him is a double liner, buddy ass. But magic capacity, you know, is worthless if you don't use it right. Like, he's saying this shit right out loud. Dote's like, you know, you're the guy that beat Silva, didn't you? He's like, no, actually, he beat the crap out of me. Like, giving him, already putting himself, you know, to have you underestimate him. He already started the mind game.
Bro, Dote
right away.
is the GOAT.
Dude,
Goat,
this is
baby.
Some good shit right here.
This
like,
is so good.
Pretty sure
and
this
see,
dude
like,
is unnamed.
these are things like, okay, so like,
he's unnamed.
If we're right about like what we're speculating on right now, first of all, even the wild speculations. If we're right about the wild speculations that we're talking about right now, then like everything we're talking about right now feeds into those wild speculations. If we're right about that, then we are seeing things that like a casual reader that just sees this as a gag manga would not notice like creative genius inside of this manga author planting here for us to find or look back on once the reveal is there. You know what I mean? Like, this is stuff that is probably meant to surprise us later that's going to get exposition that we're already talking about right now.
And
that's
to the
crazy.
writer, like, that's for already setting it up. It's there to see. It's there to see, but it's not explicitly.
But it's not obvious.
Told.
It's not focused on, and there's comic relief and comedic value there to throw you off from it, maybe. And that's crazy to think about inside of a series like this that we were certain was going to be a One Punch Man, and now there's hidden stuff in One Punch Man too, but like if what we're talking about is true right now, this is on a deeper, more profound level of hidden meaning than anything I've personally noticed in One Punch Man. Like we're sitting here thinking this is One Punch Man, Saiki Kusuo, you know what I'm saying, like whatever, and like it's like it's right here for you. You just didn't notice it because everything's it's been funny shit. You know what I'm saying? Whoo, if this is real, stop, bro.
Well, the one thing One Punch Man is missing, right, is like a consistent, like established power system.
Yes, exactly.
Everybody's just kind of got different shit going on.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, that could be something that really ties this together in that sense.
I was never so excited for fucking Mashle before we started talking about this chapter.
Yeah.
This is the most excited I have been for Mashle since I started reading the series. Wow.
And you're talking about the 1v1s that we're supposed to see here, which I do agree we are going to see.
Yeah, which we're getting
but
right now.
This guy, well, yeah, exactly. But this guy says, you know, explicitly, like, well, first Lance asks him, "Are you one of the Major Lupus?" And he's like, "Me? No, I'm here at the third's request, which I assume is the third out
Major
of
Lupus.
you know,
for sure.
So,
number three.
So this guy is. This guy's a lackey. I mean, with the one, you know, line, even though, like, I still agree that we can't be ruling one-liners out at all in any way. But you know, for people like this fucking clan, guild, whatever the fuck, you know, they obviously are very, you know,
racist against non
so
double line, triple line, I don't know, you know.
Classist,
prejudice,
magic supremacist,
for sure.
So like, you know, obviously this guy does fit the bill of a lackey, but Dope gets to fight him 1v1 here, and we're going to see bigger, strong, like badder 1v1s.
Oh yeah, he no-diffed this guy. He no-diffed this guy. He took one hit that he blocked.
And that's my point. That's my point. He needed to because of how much farther we're going into this, and Finn didn't take that fight, and Finn is the weakest of them. Finn has to have a fight, right? So if this isn't Finn's fight, you know, Finn's going to have a harder fight than this, which is maybe more, you know, obviously going to make his character grow more. You know, he's going to be able to pull something out.
Finn's magic though.
Right.
Yeah.
Finn's gonna
that's gonna be
activate.
boring.
Finn is going
He's
to
gonna be on
activate,
some
and his shit
charmy
is, bro.
shit,
His
bro.
shit
He's
is
gonna be
going
on some
to
charmy
be
shit.
drastic, bro.
Yeah.
His shit is
He's
going
got
to
one
be
straight
crazy.
line.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. Just one
Yeah.
straight
Now
line.
I'm thinking
straight
about what
down.
all the markings mean.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my god. Oh my
One
god. I am
straight line
so
from
excited
the
for
eye
Mashle right now.
down.
Yeah,
Wow.
from the eye down.
Wow.
Well,
that is
and-
all I had for.
I'm
Kiko,
that's
Kiko, you got some more? here?
I don't have
Well-
anything. Yeah, what else do you have? Yeah.
I just wanted to check. So, Rain Ames is Finn's brother, right?
Yep,
I'm pretty sure
yep.
they're brothers.
Yep.
Did we ever see his magic? That's what I was trying to look at. Like, I
I don't remember.
think there was like
what it
explosions around him or something. There was like, I don't know, like
Right, Rain
I don't
Ames
know,
is
sparks or
is the divine visionary. So this is someone who, in a previous class of the
Yeah.
school, got all these gold stars and was named
Yeah.
a divine visionary and is now
Yeah.
part of the ruling class of the magic system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but have we seen them use their magic? No, I don't think.
That's
we
why I was just
have.
wondering if
Yeah.
there's any connection we could draw, family
Yeah.
lineage wise,
So that we can
I
maybe
don't know.
guess what he got cooking. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so I guess, but if you're assuming that magic is hereditary, then we have another brother of Finn,
Yeah.
Rhodes Ames.
Yes. What did he do
Who
again?
was in Orca
Yeah.
House, and he was the magma user.
The magma guy, yeah.
Oh, he's
and
fire.
He got slapped.
Finn is
he got
fire.
Slapped.
Finn is fire.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Finn being fire, very likely. I mean,
Yeah.
that, I could definitely see that, but we don't know if
But
it's.
now
We don't have a
now-
fire
magma
user yet.
straight-
We don't,
it
well,
could
we
be
don't have a
straight
fire
magma,
user
or
yet.
it could be
fire
akin
users,
to magma.
Fire users are very related to main characters or
Yeah.
main cast
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
So if we have
It's
a
like a
brother
main
that,
ability,
yeah,
you know?
if we have a
Yeah.
brother
I
that
just
uses
don't-
magma, I can very much see either Finn using fire and maybe his like in the middle brother using plasma. I don't know.
Sure.
Or lightning, maybe
Yeah.
even lightning. Either Finn is either lightning or fire.
The
And-
streak in the hair.
Yeah, we
is
were talking about
lightning.
lightning. Okay,
Yes, exactly, yeah,
So then his
yeah.
brother that we haven't seen shit from could be
Yeah.
fire. Magma could be the Orca brother, and then Finn could be lightning.
Very well could
Yeah.
be.
I like that.
That's I need it. I just really want it to be anything other than fire, honestly, because don't is explosion. It's too close to
Yeah,
fire.
that's
Like, I
right.
don't-
You're
I don't-
right.
I
You're
don't-
actually right.
Yep.
You're actually right.
I don't
But the
want
way
that. So
lightning
I'm
strikes-
basically anything other than fire.
Yeah. Lightning.
Lightning is great, and
Lightning.
we did speculate
Lightning
on
is
that
a
last
zap.
week.
You have
Lightning.
paralysis. You have all types of like different applications of lightning, and there's a lot of different applications of fire too. But like you're right,
Yeah.
I do feel like fire would be too close to explode, and
Yeah.
I would rather it be lightning now that
Now
we're
we
talking
don't
about it.
we don't know yet if magic is hereditary.
We don't know yet,
We
but these
don't.
are
So
these
this
are
will be
inferences that we
will
can make though.
very quickly
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Like the
for sure.
minute Finn uses
Yes.
his magic, we
Yes.
will know
Well-
immediately if it is
Yes.
even close to hereditary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something
Wow.
I just want to say real quick. I brought this up earlier. I think in this chapter it is confirmed that like when this author draws panels,
Yeah,
where
fingers.
are
Fingers.
really
I
long,
knew you were bringing this up,
middle
bro.
finger?
His middle
It
finger
is-
is up here, dog.
It is. It's just
The finger tribe.
It's an aesthetic choice. Well, with that, then I think we can go ahead and move right into chapter 256 of Black Clover,
Yeah.
A Captain's Duty.
This chapter was tight as fuck.
It was pretty
Very
damn
good.
good. Yeah.
This
yeah, I'm with
chapter
you.
was tight
Yeah.
Hell
as
yeah.
fuck, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
I'm
was
with you,
not
bro.
tight as fuck? What was not tight as fuck is Dante's devil form. I mean, like, I'm not.
Hey,
I'm not keen on it.
someone said he looked like a Teletubby, and I can't unsee it.
Yeah, and now that you say that, I can't not see that. It's
What
not cool.
kills
It's just not
me-
cool. It's just not cool.
It's not cool. It's not cool. But you want to know what was cool?
Everything else.
single
Everything else.
thing
Every-
else
every
about this
literal thing
chapter.
else in this chapter.
This choreography.
was very
this was
good.
the first
Yeah,
time in a long
yeah.
time that Black Clover choreography really wowed me.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
when we get like and obviously Tabbits is always like a goat like with contrast and whatnot. That's just his style. So
Right.
like the panel, even though like it's right after the panel of his Teletubby form, the page right after that with Dante and the stark blacks and whites with the lines coming down and him making
Yes.
singularity,
Yeah.
which
Yes.
obviously could be very easily guessed that he would make a black hole eventually. Now we're seeing it. This is really
Right.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
The application of it is fucking amazing. The damage that we see is drastic as shit. The fucking and like just like the style of the ability is so amazing to see. This is like what I've been waiting for in Black Clover choreography personally. And it's cool, but it sucks at the same time that it takes a fight of this stakes for me to see very wowing choreography, especially like when we're comparing it to a Jujutsu Kaisen or when we're comparing it to even like a Chainsaw Man even. But I'm happy it's here now. The time doesn't really matter as much to me, but this fucking black hole ripping through the landscape is some of the best art that I've seen in Black Clover, I think, throughout the entire series, bro. It hits the fucking curve, it goes towards Yami. Yami ducks it, mountain level damage in an amazing way. And it's so fucking cool to see that here as it tears through the landscape, creates that fucking hole through the mountain.
It's Tabata's strength.
This is Tabata's strength. Like Tabata's like
Facts.
art has never been an issue. But like just comparatively, choreography, it's like I'm gonna be thinking of Jujutsu Kaisen, obviously, before I think of Black Clover, long before I think of Black Clover inside of Jump, any day of the week. But this is the first time that Black Clover choreography has been right after Jujutsu Kaisen choreography in a week for me. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So like okay. You know what I'm saying? So like we have Black Clover choreography that was we have Jujutsu Kaisen choreography that was amazing in this chapter with Toji versus Megumi. And then the next best choreography, because everything's in a fight scene right now. Everything in Jump is in a fight scene right now. You know what I'm saying? Except for, I mean, technically Chainsaw Man is, but in a different way.
Yeah, One Piece.
It's not in a, well, One Piece is in a fight scene too. There's choreography in One Piece too.
It was last chapter, yes. Yeah.
No. Well, we can talk about it. We can talk about it when we get to One Piece. That's fine. But there's choreography. There's combat all around in Jump right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Black Clover is second for the first time in a really long time, and I'm just shouting out to Tabata for me personally holding his choreography in that high of a regard inside of Jump. That's all I'm saying.
Black Clover fans should be very happy with this chapter. Very proud of this chapter and Tabata's art here. It's really crisp. And as you were saying, Knox, like page 4 and 5, this ability, this singularity ability, like ripping through the countryside is so sick.
It's so good.
Dude.
It is so good.
The hole in the mountain?
The hole in the mountain. And it's not just the hole in the mountain, because Yami goes to counter and hits the dimensional slash, and the fucking singularity is bending his straight dimensional slash in a fucking S shape around the shit, bro.
Yeah.
I don't have, this is the first time that I've had so many positive things to say about Black Clover in a segment. Yeah. And I'm so excited for it. Someone else go. Because I could go for the whole segment. I could go for the whole segment.
I just want to go back. I still want to talk about. I still want to talk about the devil form here. Because
Sure.
It just. Well, here's the thing. What kills me is the collar, the Naruto collar, and the sleeves and the belt. Like, why is this clothes or is this Venom? Like, what are we? Can we?
Bro, it looks like it. You want to know what it looks like? Remember when we kicked it on fucking Discord and we played DC Universe Online and I made my DC Universe Online guy?
You had the belt the whole time, didn't you?
Well, I'm just saying, it's like subpar MMORPG character customization quality aesthetic right now.
Deadass, definitely. It's so. And Eagle, maybe he did have the belt the whole time in his fucking fit. I don't know. I don't care.
Like we're seeing
why is it on
different.
now?
Why is it on? Why do we need the belt now?
Why is it the part of the devil color?
Just static choices. What would you prefer? He's all just
and then the
black,
boots,
like the rest of his body.
What's up with the boots out here? Him and his boots. You know, like I'm tired.
No, like for me, like to really critically look at this aesthetically, like there's too much black. You know what I mean? There's too much black. Yeah. And like it's
too
all
much black
one
for there to
blob,
be a belt and boots here.
And then the belt in this black blob suit he's wearing, the belt looks very off.
It's very awkward. It's very awkward.
Like the only detail on this thing is the collar, the cuffs, the belt, the boots.
Yeah.
And the crown is cool. The crown is cool.
Crown is cold. The horns, his face is fine. His face is fine.
I didn't know Dante was part of the world government. You know, is he?
This is the world government symbol.
Too? Well, is he trying to catch pirates too?
Everything that's not black is okay. Well, so let's see. His crown, his belt buckle, the edge of his belt, and the edge of his collar and the edge of his wrist. Now, see, what I'm thinking is maybe those are all. I mean, the crown obviously and the belt buckle made of metal, right? So maybe there's metal accents on the edge of his collar and the edges of his belt and shit.
And that
could be something.
And I like the
maybe
crown
that shit's gold
and the
or silver or
horns.
something.
Yeah.
And it has to be
I like the
80%.
crown and the horns.
What's up?
And there has to be like 80%, you know what I mean? Like so there's 80% of his body probably has to be covered by some sort of devil energy. It just doesn't look cool. I think you'd be hard pressed to say that this looks cool, you know what I mean?
And it goes to and it says a lot about Black Clover. If we now we're not the definitive Black Clover critics on the internet. You know what I'm saying? But for this show personally, it says a lot that the most criticism that we have in a chapter is the aesthetic choices that Tabata made in one page of the fucking chapter.
Right. So I'm not even super interested in like talking too much about the fit here because I think we can all agree it could be cooler. Like,
but it's very cheesy. It's very cheesy.
Well,
Dante could not come on the back of my school bus looking like this. I promise, man. He's getting roasted. Out of here.
With the this motherfucker here, boy. Yeah, exactly. The pointed point with the straight hand. Oh yeah, you're getting all that. Anyway,
so
going back into tight shit.
Next page. We're talking. So page 3 for me here. What I want to talk about for a little bit is his explanation about the host devil relationship and the underworld and not underworld. And he goes, we share power with devils, and the
we were talking about that last week, weren't we? You were you were asking what is the relationship between, and I feel like we may have gotten this exposition before. We could have we could have actually, if we didn't get exposition, we could have implied it very easily. Yes. But this is a very tried and true.
But here's the important one. He literally says because they're in the underworld, and if you don't have the door open, the door between the overworld and the underworld, we can't use 100%.
Yes.
But I'm not so sure about that other devil host over there. Talk about Asta, which means definitively, if you say that and you say, I'm not sure his ability works the same as ours, definitively 100%.
It does not work
99.
the same.
It does not work the same. And that makes me wonder, like, what's so special about Asta's devil? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we've already gotten legit dialogue from devils. You know what I mean? That, like, I don't recognize that devil.
Well, I feel like it has a lot to do like with what I've been saying on this channel about how Asta is a very perfect devil conduit, considering he does not have mana to compete with, right? So he does not have any mana of his own that is competing, struggling for or sharing space inside of the body with a devil host. Another thing that I want to say is he says we can't use 100% of our power. Is he talking about he himself, Vanica, and Xenon's power, or is he saying our in regard to his relationship with himself and the devil? Because what is 100? Right.
Devil
host. Okay. So
devil host.
So if he's talking about himself, when he says we can't use 100% of our power, meaning I can't use 100% of my power while this door is closed, what does 100% of that power look like? Because clearly these devils have an agenda of their own. So if these devils have an agenda of their own, if 100% of their power is allowed into these conduits, are they even themselves anymore, or are they the devil? When do you make that delineation? You know what I mean? Because it's like,
I think it's a great point, and we will probably see the answer to that in this light. And
I think it goes back to the Vanica.
Will take over.
It goes back to the Vanica situation where she's arguing with M.A.N.G.A. Like, I want to do this. M.A.N.G.A. is like, no, I want to do this. So when this devil gets 100% of that body, you're sitting here thinking that this devil is just going to let you control 100% of itself. This is what it's been waiting for. Get the fuck out of my way, human body. It's M.A.N.G.A. hours. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
The question is with that, though. The question with that is, do these devil hosts know that? Because I agree with you that is the case, but the fact that he's saying that we can only use 80% of our power, assuming because that's their goal, is to open this door to the underworld. So once they do, they think, do these hosts all think I'm going to be able to take 100% of this devil, fully control them within myself, and now I'm
or is the devil going to get 100% of the host body?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I think you would you would have to assume the devil's going to win that battle between the host and the parasite or whatever you want to call it.
Wow.
But yeah. It seems to me that Dante expects to be able to use 100% of a devil power.
So they're not incomplete, bro. The devils are lying. The hosts are. But wait, then that means that like there's a potential that these like human mage hosts could potentially like have like a redemption inside of I was tricked. I don't like that I was tricked. I'm working for the protagonist side now. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, but that's pretty shonen generally, you know what I mean? Like you have a bad guy, you beat the shit out of him.
No. That's old hat shonen.
I mean, I think
that
is
old hat shonen. That's what Black Clover is trying to cling to inside of the old hat like storytelling styles of like previous generations of shonen, but that is not the way that current shonen storytelling is moving right now.
You can be, I think, very safe in assuming that won't happen because Vanica has been shown to be
very
crazy
ruthless,
and
very crazy.
evil, and Dante, we got the backstory that he killed a bunch of people before even this devil stuff even happened.
If vengeance gets a redemption, anybody can get a redemption.
I think if anything, maybe the devils would just kind of like Black Zetsu them minus Kaguya, right? They'd just be like, we control your ass now, like we run this shit.
Right, but if they get tricked, then shonen storytelling says we feel sorry that they got tricked, and we're okay that they've switched sides because they didn't know the entirety of the deal. And now, they're regretful. Now they regret that they even did anything because they trusted an unknown source. And now we are sympathetic of their situation because now we get a backstory where they were promised certain things.
Nobody can refute that that's a possibility. Pretty much at the end of any arc of this series. So it's like at the end of the day, like I don't think we're gonna say that that's improbable. I mean, I would say it's equally probable as not happening.
I personally would hate the shit out of that.
Well,
okay, but what if?
It depends on how Tabata writes it, but like still,
Vanica lets in Megicula more than 90%, and it's too much for her, and she literally dies. Like her body literally disintegrates, and she dies, and the demon comes out through her being, and then you don't have to deal with this question. She's dead. Like there's so many, and that's just one possibility out of 1,000 possibilities.
I just don't want any even remotely positive like ending of a character arc for any of these Dark Triad members, because why would you go into a time skip, reintroduce a new tone in the series that's very much so darker than what we've seen in the series before, in a way that that people have been wanting from this series, just to make it an elf arc all over again. I just don't understand why
we've gotten literal words that the Spade Kingdom is bad people.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like they literally use their own populace.
Please, Tabata, do not give any of these characters pathos. I'm not concerned. Do not give any of these Dark Triad members pathos. Do not make me feel or care for them in any way other than fuck them and give them gruesome outros. Like, please.
I think
I'm concerned for some things, but not
pathos is a good thing. I think.
I mean, sure, but like,
but
not
I
for
will
these.
say I would
normally
not like to see like, if it is a thing where it's like, okay, if the devil host, if you go to 100%, they're not expecting that like the devil at that point takes control of you.
Yeah,
I would like to see like, if it gets to that point, you get to 100%, the devil takes control of you, your body dies, and even if the devil does get defeated, then like you're still out of there and your body's just dead. Type shit.
I would love that. I would love that.
That's what I would like to see.
Yeah, I would love that.
I will say, for clarity's sake, it's very unlikely that using too much devil ability will bring the devil into this world, because that kind of like defeats the purpose of like why you need to like open the door.
Why do you need Yami and vengeance?
Exactly.
Agreeing with you guys, if it is not that case, and like these guys do survive and like get maybe not redeemed, but like are in a place where they're not as like evil, that would be like
it would be so
overly campy and like along the lines of the series. It wouldn't surprise me, is what I'm saying. So like,
no, it's not going to surprise me, but like I still have my fingers crossed for the series in a certain regard.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And it's like
chalk it up to Black Clover,
man, bro. And it's like, okay, like if it does happen, yes, it wouldn't be surprising. Like I've said a million times on this channel, Tabata knows what kind of story he's trying to write. But at the same time, he's very cognizant of like how people are going to interpret his story to a certain degree. And if you're going to imply that it's going a certain way outside of what people are expecting you to do, and then just do it the way that people are expecting you to do anyway, it's like that kind of subversion is not positive for your review, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So it's like
you can't be too predictable.
And,
yeah.
Going back to something you guys were saying a little bit earlier that I wanted to touch on. I think something that makes this chapter really refreshing and exciting is Yami, right?
Dude,
right. Yami's hype as fuck. We all know that, but like
always
inside of Yami, he's one of the only characters in the series we get that does, because I know we've talked about how characters get kind of what people would call ass pull power-ups, where like when they need a spell, when they need a power-up, it appears in their book.
But
and
Yami, we can see
Yami is one
training.
of the only characters in the series that we get dedicated like panels and dialogue to him trying to develop his techniques, try new shit.
Thank you very much for saying that.
But if we don't
get this panel of him saying, I'm going to take my mana zone, condense it even further onto my forearm and my fucking bicep. And fucking
I really like that.
That's
dialogue.
An incredible point, Eagle.
Definitely.
And if
he's
we
one
don't,
of the only
if we,
characters we get that
if
does
we
that
don't,
in the
right, and
series.
it's because he's another physical one, so we can assume that we're going to see a parallel or a mirror inside of Asta in this regard, which is fine. But at the same time, if it can happen for two characters, then it should happen throughout the series consistently.
Some other characters.
Exactly.
I will say
exactly.
Why Yami, right? Like it's much, and because Yami's a physical character.
Tabata loves Yami. Tabata loves Yami.
He does love Yami, exactly. But also he's a physical character. It's much easier to explain verbally, like I'm going to just condense it more in this arm. Like it makes total sense. Like how do you explain, like, say, the dude who his ability is like reality bending, creation, art magic, right? Like I'm gonna think even harder. I'm gonna create even more than before. Like it's hard,
it's all in the mana zone. It's all in the mana zone. So maybe condense the mana zone. Maybe it is hard to convey, but I can try. So like condense the mana zone into the head area and then start talking about brain anatomy. I'm condensing my mana zone into like my prefrontal cortex or my hippocampus or my, you know what I'm saying? Study the brain a little bit and fucking like say some tight pseudoscience shit to make it sound good enough to where it's not just I'm the fucking Green Lantern with fucking magic and anything I think becomes my fucking magic power. You know what I'm saying? Like go deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to stray too far away from like, I don't want to go too much into like negative like aspects of Black Clover because I have so many amazing things to say about this chapter, and I want to keep it positive because I feel bad about last week where we literally just flamed the fucking story for like 30 minutes. This chapter was amazing. The choreography was awesome. Yami performed way beyond my expectations for even his character, even though I know he's tight. And this page right here on page 7, when he says he actually worked my dimensional slash. Bet. Guess what I'm gonna do? As long as he's using gravity, I can't afford to lose my black moon. So what am I gonna do? I'll have to evade him by keeping my mana zone condensed and my senses razor sharp. Then I'll get right up on that ass. And he fucking like Geppos moon like skywalks through his mana zone. And we can assume that this is because of his mana zone that he is creating like physical steps that he can take in midair, because Yami is not a flyer. We know that because Finral teleported him to this location and he fell straight to the ground and had to hold Finral because he can't fly. But he's clearly taking physical steps in space right now, and we can assume it's because of the density of his mana zone allowing him footholds to fucking tat through. And this is my favorite page and panel in the entire chapter.
He's standing on air right at the first thing, so it's like a Bleach situation where he's using his mana zone to stand on it or whatever. But when you're talking about the choreography, my favorite fucking part.
Let's go.
Dante right here, boom, raises the fucking ground and then sends the black hole right through it, which is 9. Or
Page
eight. First it starts eight.
Eight and nine.
Nine. Yeah.
Boom.
Oh yes.
Raises
cool.
the ground in front of him and then throws the fucking black
Yes,
hole right through it
yes.
to try
And
to
then-
block him.
Yeah,
He
and then the
jumps it.
debris comes following the black hole,
Yep.
and he has to like Hisoka and Gon when he does the stone
Yeah,
flip,
yeah.
and then
Yep.
crushes it, and Hisoka
Yep.
has to fucking like block the debris, and he says,
Mhm.
"Ta ta ta ta." Bro, yes, bro. Yes,
And so
bro.
like for me, something I love about this chapter that like it perfectly strings you along this chapter where you got like, you know, what you're saying, Kiko, like page 8, page 9, this choreography of this like earth attack, this gravity earth attack against Yami, and then he's like, oh shit, and he dodges, he gets scraped a little bit by this singularity attack, and then in the bottom panel of page 10 you see in the distance the singularity attack, but then you
Yeah.
see up front
Yes.
dark black moon or whatever, right?
Yeah,
yes,
it's Black Moon, yeah.
And so I'm like, oh shit, he's got the black moon. He's
Yeah,
got the black moon.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is great. And then he gets smashed, and you're like, oh no, he's got the black moon.
Yeah, he's
And
got the black moon.
And I was from last chapter, I was so sad from last chapter that page 11, I literally thought page 11 where he got smashed and it's like, you sure were fun for a human, Mr. Yummy, and like I was like, is that the end of the fucking chapter? Is that the end of this chapter?
Oh my God.
And then I flipped the page and like, oh shit.
he said,
And
"Nah, G."
as long as you're right on this page,
Yes.
Yeah.
this illustration of Yami is always my favorite because he gets this illustration a lot where
Yes.
his
Where
top
he's
half is
Yes.
blacked out with the eyes.
Yes.
Fuck yes.
And that's
bro.
the
Yeah.
second Gototsu of the day.
Yep.
Yes,
The
and it
second
is.
Gototsu
Oh
of the
my
day.
God, it is the second Saito with the. Wow, bro. Wait
It's
a
like
minute.
the fourth form of Gatots where he fucking throws it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my
And
God,
Yeah,
bro.
and we've already talked about the extra dialogue of like the explanation of like I'm gonna take my mana zone and condense it or whatever, but
Yeah.
like I don't know, like just this like I'd be a lousy captain if I couldn't surpass my limits in front
Yes.
of my own
Yes.
teammates. You know what I mean? I thought
Yes.
that was pretty. I thought it was pretty
Yes.
tight. I,
Now-
I,
now-
yeah.
When did we start calling it a brigade? Though?
That's
that
what
feels
exact.
like-
Thank you, Kiko. That's exactly what I was gonna ask Eagle.
That just started. I swear to God,
I've
that
never
just
seen the
started.
word brigade before. G.
Nah, me neither.
Where's it at?
Before in
If
Black
Eagle,
Clover.
if Eagle remembers that it's been said before,
Yeah.
he will tell us right now. It's brand new, isn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I
bro.
was thinking.
No. Anyway,
No,
anyway, it's fine.
Go ahead.
But
I was
but
just
this
thinking
is tight.
about the translator. I
Yeah.
wonder-
Now this is
Right.
now this is cool. This is cool as fuck because Dante gets evaporated here, head severed.
Yeah.
Now we can assume.
translator.
Now we can assume that he's not gonna die from this, right? But if
Yeah.
he does, Tabata is gonna need a cold-blooded ass, badass explanation other than the demon is just going to revive him because now it's 7 deadly sins, where it doesn't matter what
Right.
damage you take,
Mhm.
your devil is going, or your demon power is going to revive you
Yeah.
from any damage you take, which invalidates all of the previous cliffhangers that we've ever gotten in this fucking series. Because, oh, Noelle stabbed Vanica through the stomach. We're supposed to be kind of like worried about that because that's a mortal wound to anybody. What we
Mhm.
can assume that because it's just a like if I get stabbed through the stomach, I could potentially live through that depending on where it happened. Like that's not impaling is not a guaranteed death,
Right.
but I'm half devil, so like cool. But like you
Yeah,
have
but
no
this shit
arms,
kinda
you have
different,
have
yeah.
no arms, your waist is gone, your head is gone. You know what I'm saying? We don't have
Right.
any devil damage inside of hybrid like devil like relationships like these that implies that he should be able to live through this, besides a hand wavy explanation from Tabata that says he's devil so like he can live through an attack like this. Okay,
I don't
snore,
want to.
snore.
I don't want to play. I don't want to play
Yeah.
this card necessarily.
Yeah.
But after Dante gets his entire torso blown away by this
Yeah.
attack,
Yeah.
the next panel he does speak. And,
He does
and
speak.
The question becomes, how does he speak when he
What
has
in
no
the
lungs to generate air?
Now-
right? So like, and I don't want to play this card, but let's like, you know he can speak, therefore you know he's not dead.
But at the same time, though, Cell getting evaporated by the father-son Kamehameha wave was shouting up until you could not see lines anymore. You know what I mean? So like Cell is getting evaporated by the father-son Kamehameha, and he starts yelling, and you can hear his voice up until he completely disintegrates entirely. So like that's a shonen thing where it's like the last thing you say is like, how could you do this to you know what I'm saying? And then you evaporate like fucking Clue in in Tron. So like that's fine.
Like
him speaking,
yeah,
him speaking doesn't invalidate it for me, because these could easily be his last words if he is dead. And if Yami does kill him here, that's a hats off to Tabata for killing the strongest Zyad member. That, or at least what we thought was the strongest Zyad member, and it could be Vanica and Megikula, since that's the devil that's been the most hyped up the entire time. We've been led to think that Dante's the tightest one because he can use the most percentage of his devil. That could be some cool.
It's not outlandish that he's the one that put it together, but other people are stronger than him,
exactly, Eagle. That would be tight. I would be like, fuck yeah, Tabata, get in your fucking bag, bro, because that's what you've been needing to do. But if the next chapter he goes, that was very impressive, Yami Tsukihiro, and then like comes back together, like I would be like, all right, give me the exposition now, or I'm quitting this fucking manga. You know what I'm saying? Like dead ass serious. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you if you.
This is what I want to say about this situation here. Is I like since the beginning of this, I feel like Tabata like had written himself into a weird situation where
I've been feeling like that for arcs.
You got Yami against this what we would consider the strongest triad member.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, how is this really gonna end? How can it end where they can get away?
Yes.
And he ain't gonna just keep fucking following him. So
it could take him a while to regenerate from this.
Cool, yeah. One, he's dead. You know, he's like, what? And he's actually dead.
Yeah.
Two, it does take him a while to regenerate. Maybe he's got to bounce out. And like actually take some time to recover. That wouldn't be wouldn't be terrible.
I'll see you next time, Yami Tsukihiro. You got me this time, but I'll be back.
But I also I think it would be cool if he's out of there. You know, Yami kills him here, big flex, and then Vanica and Xenon kind of gotta like finish, you know, what they're trying to start without him.
And then maybe there's contention inside of their ranks because Dante was supposed to be the tightest one, and he's the only one that got scraped. They all come back with everything that they were supposed to have been done, been accomplished, and Dante failed, and now Dante is arguing with Xenon and Vanica like, I fucked up, and they're like, how did you fuck up when you were the tightest one? I would love to see that. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. And then we get a power up from Dante in some kind of regard, or some kind of character development from them, or progression from them that brings them back stronger in the next altercation. This arc is way longer than we think it is. I would love that too. I'm totally cool with giving any mangaka as long as they need to fix any kind of negative issue with the story that I have. Like, make this arc fucking 50 chapters longer than I thought it was. Go ahead, like amend any kind of weird shit that you fucking did in the off time that I've been critiquing your shit and saying it's trash. I would love to be proven wrong by you eventually, no matter how long that takes. But right now, you're kind of cheeks, my guy. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not impressed.
All right. Well, we were trying to stay positive.
We are trying to stay positive, but hey,
I feel like we've said everything we could say.
Yeah. We're good. We're good.
Next chapter, I think we'll get a lot of closure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Death Thrust.
Yes.
Hype as fuck.
Death Thrust was hype as fuck. And regardless of the negative things that we've said in this segment, like Black Clover fans that have been following our show for the last like 6 to 10 weeks should be very excited with how excited we are in our analysis of this chapter is all I'm going to say.
I'll say Death Thrust better not be a name of a move Oyama's going to get in the future. Just gotta say that. It works with Yami. Let's keep it there, and then that's the segue to
Yes, you never trust you.
Never trust you.
Oh my god. Okay. All right, I'm good. I'm good. Are we good? I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, yeah, I'm good as well. Well, with that, then I think we can go ahead and move right into chapter 277 of Boku no Hero Academia.
Let's go.
It's a great chapter.
Who?
Hold on, bro. I think now I do want to ask you.
First panel of the headbutt.
Yeah.
heavy, like,
Right
looking
now,
at each other.
now,
crisp.
I want to ask you guys, who do you think the title is talking about? When it says who with the ... question mark, who is that
Who
talking
is in
about?
control of all for one?
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
I like
think
that.
so.
Actually, I like that the most. I was ready to hear a bunch of answers that like I wasn't really sure about. That makes the most sense to me. But like as far as like who I was thinking about, like could be the who in this. It could be Bakugo, as in like who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like
That too, yeah.
yeah. It could be Bakugo, as in like who are you? But there are so many stars of this chapter that like it could really be anybody.
Right.
I mean, it could be one of like 4 people. It could be who's
like,
in control.
Who's not on your radar?
Who's not on your radar?
Yeah.
It could be, and that's probably who it is. Now that I think about it, but I like who's in control of all for one. Probably the most. I think I like that the most. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
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 So, I am happy.
Oh no!
The fact.
No.
Okay, go ahead, Eagle.
Shigaraki on page. What the fuck page is it?
Doesn't it say?
Page. When fucking.
Doesn't it
Goddamn,
say what
Gran
page it
Torino's
is on the app you're on?
Page 12. Page 12.
All
Yeah,
right.
but I was looking for the page.
Okay.
Page 12. Gran Torino's talking to Shigaraki. Now quit trampling all over Shimura's memory. He
You
says,
got it.
Who?
You got it.
Dot,
You
dot,
got
dot.
it. You got it.
That's what it is.
It's
They
Nana
figured out what it
Shimura.
is.
Nana
Yep.
Shimura.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
figured.
no,
All right.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, Shimura, him.
No, because Gran Torino is like, now quit trampling all over Shimura's memory. That's Nana Shimura. And then he goes, who? Because he doesn't
There's
know
no way
who.
he would be talking
doesn't-
about Shigaraki.
Yeah, he's not talking about himself in that. But I like that. But like, it's definitely Nana Shimura in this.
Well, no, I'm saying
Well,
there's
because-
no way
Because
Gran
he's
Torino
asking-
would give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way Gran Torino
memory-
would
the
give
memory,
a fuck
yes.
about
Memory-
Shigaraki's
Yeah,
memory.
Memory,
yeah.
nah,
Well,
yeah,
so
sure.
Shimura's memory is what? All Might, or because I don't
No, it's
because
not.
like
No.
Yeah, All Might. All Might is
Shigaraki's
Nana.
never probably even known
no.
this shit.
I know, but
Like,
before
yeah.
this,
Oh.
but before he says now quit trampling all over Shimura's memory, he's saying hitting back could be the best way to avoid dying. After all, I did train a crazy powerful guy.
Yes.
Right? Like,
Yes.
Yep.
Is he talking about All Might?
Yes, he's talking about All Might when he says, I trained a
yes,
crazy
yeah.
guy.
And so is Shimura's memory All Might?
No.
No.
All Might
because-
as Nana.
Well, because the paneling goes
No.
again. It goes right into the. I don't know. He's
Yeah,
not
there's
just
only
talking about-
there's only
or
two
one
saying that
characters.
he's it's saying that he's completely lost himself. He has no memory of his family anymore. Like he doesn't even know who his mother is anymore. He's completely disconnected, and he's like
There's only
consumed
two
by
characters.
all for one.
There's only two characters that share the name Shimura in this story,
Yeah.
and it's Shigaraki and it's Nana. So when
Yeah.
he says, "Quick, stop trampling all over Shimura's memory," he is
Yeah,
specifically
Nana
talking about.
Shimura's memory. Exactly. I
yeah.
agree with you that that's whose
Oh,
memory
oh,
it is.
what are you
and
saying?
is
My
that
bad.
is that and is her memory All Might? I mean, because just the way
Oh.
Yeah. Like she
Oh,
wasn't she
my
All Might
bad, bro.
basically back in the
Yes.
day? Like
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
not by
yeah.
name, but like
So he's saying, "Quit trampling
Yes.
over All Might because All Might
or
is
one for all, or one for
Yeah,
all.
all right,
in
that's fine.
general.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
one
That's
for all.
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
Well, no, because
like
like
that.
she's his grandson, right? So in a way, like him
he's her.
doing the things he does
Oh, that
is
makes more
trampling
sense.
on her memory and
Yes.
staining her name.
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
That
Okay.
makes
Yeah.
more sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
All right,
Okay,
cool,
I'm with that.
cool,
I agree.
cool.
So
That was a cool
So,
first
yeah.
conversation that we had here.
well, yeah, I wanted
yeah.
to kind of start at the beginning because I was very happy that Deku did have a plan. You know, this wasn't just reckless him running and jumping.
Yeah, it
I
wasn't
mean,
just like
sure,
reckless abandon and like an arbitrary
There's reasons
headbutt
why he jumped
into.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly. Well, and he had a
and I
full
would just
plan
like to
too.
say,
That
you know what
he
I'm saying?
Yeah.
black whips Shigaraki,
Well,
flips
he-
over him,
yeah, he-
and then pulls him to
Yeah.
be basically in the
Yes.
way of Bakugo's blast. Like
Yes.
they had
Yes,
a plan together. There was
Yes.
this whole thing wasn't just,
yes.
and that's kind of
There
what
is
I
way
was
too
saying last week. Is
smooth
that
and calculated choreography for this to just be an arbitrary rush towards Shigaraki. You could tell that there were so many perfect movements involved, one after another, that lets you know that this was premeditated before the confrontation.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be 100% planned out. I'm going to do this, then this, and you do this. It's I'm going to start the shit off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my thing.
And you
be
follow.
ready to fuck him up.
And they
Yeah.
know each other
boom.
well enough to where they
Exactly.
can go, you did this, all right, I need to do this, and then you're going to
Exactly.
see me do this, and then you're going to think to do
Yes.
this, and they're just on the same wavelength. And honestly, that would be better for the characters involved in order to imply and forward think and critically think in the way that lets us know that they can follow up on each other in that way without communication. That's massive if that's the case.
I love the dynamic between Deku and Bakugo, man. Like,
yes, bro.
It's so
there's still a clear rivalry there, but
amazing.
there's still
and
a
it's
level
like,
of trust there that lets you know that something like this can happen while they're still competing with each other.
the rivalry is perfect, and like the
Yes.
tone that Horikoshi has set, like where you know Deku has this incredible power that's like supposed to, you know, by all shonen logic, you know, typically let him fucking
do whatever
just
he
surpass
wants.
everybody else by you know leagues and bounds.
Yes.
But Bakugo's saying like, I'm not gonna let you do that. Like, I'm gonna
Right.
put in this effort, and
Yes.
like the drive within Bakugo like is
Yes.
so fucking incredible to me.
Yeah,
And I just
and
really
you
hope
can't
that
tell who
Horikoshi keeps that.
outperformed who.
I
That's the
really
thing.
hope Horikoshi keeps that same energy throughout the entire series, like this dual protagonist energy where it's like Bakugo. I really hope Bakugo stays with him, man. Bakugo, I fucking love Bakugo.
I 100% agree with you, Eagle, and I think that we can trust Horikoshi to allow that because there have been so many times that he could let Bakugo. Well, it's hard to see on paper, but there have been so many examples of Horikoshi letting us know that this gap is not as big as we think it is, because who outshined who in this chapter? Like, just think about that. You don't know who had the better performance between.
I mean,
no. It's one chapter here, but we can compare it to a lot of, like, think about the ending chapter. Who outperformed who in the apprehension of ending? Like, when you think back to like spot chapters and you compile them all in like a dot graph format, there are times where Deku and Bakugo are right next to each other, performing at the same
Bakugo's
time.
supposed to outshine Deku
Well,
for just period of time, for some early period of time in the show. He's supposed to outshine him, but like, how can you like legitimately think that Deku with fucking 8 quirks and all for and
that's
super
the on
strength,
paper aspect.
Exactly, and he has to fight Shigaraki, who needs 100 heroes to fight him. It's like there's no way that I could ever in my mind until we get some crazy, I don't know, maybe like alternate mutations or whatever. I don't know, but
unless
like,
we
it's
see
just
parallel
so hard.
performances like this where they stay on par with each other, because
this
right
makes
now,
sense.
Well, and it's already like
go ahead.
Deku's
This makes
already at a
total
passive
sense
level.
for both their characters.
Right.
Because Bakugo's been honing his fucking his quirk his whole life, and he's a prodigy. So of course he's going to be at this level where Deku can't even control all for one, like just the strength part of it yet.
Yeah.
And he's just learned Black Whip.
That's
He cannot control all of All for One.
That's right. Or One for All.
Not
But
even
you're right.
But I was gonna say,
right.
at the point of impact,
right,
he's
though.
using 45% right now.
That's right.
That's almost half of all of One for All's strength.
Now,
And Bakugo's keeping up with him.
right. Now,
Bakugo's still only fucking 16.
But he's having dialogue on how hard it is to do that.
To keep up with that. But at the same time,
But he's gonna force.
you can't let the future potential of One for All like allow you to like undermine what Bakugo is still doing right now, because whatever Deku is doing right now is still his upper limit, or he's exceeding that.
Yeah.
And
Well, no, what I mean, what I was saying is that, like,
no. So like
testament to
whatever exactly. That's where I'm getting at. So whatever, like, regardless of what the future potential of Deku is, the upper limit is what he's using right now in all areas, and Bakugo is keeping up with that, with the upper limit of his abilities. So they're both going extreme diff and keeping up with each other. Now, obviously, we know that's what I'm getting at, Kiko. We know the future of Deku's limit. We do not know the future of Bakugo's limit because it's not laid out in front of us. The future of Bakugo's limit is hidden to us, and we're assuming what it is, and assuming it can't be the future of Deku's limit because it doesn't
anybody.
Well,
can I just like get the rest of my like point out?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Right.
Snap.
Okay. So Deku, 8 quirks, 7 quirks, whatever. We see a very clear path towards his 100% upper limit. And we're going, this is way more broken than anyone could ever achieve. But this is all laid out for him and given to him. we see Kachan keeping up with that in a way that's not clear for his future, but we can assume is not anywhere near comparable because he doesn't have access to 7, 8, 9 quirks. But what does Kachan have that Deku doesn't? His prodigious talent with what he's given and what he's known his whole life. So we have Deku, who has been given all of this potential that we see clearly mapped out in front of him, and then he has his, he has his modus operandi on how he deals with that and whatnot. You know what I mean? He has his analytical mindset, he has his critical thinking, he has his mumbling to himself and making sense of him dealing with all of these new quirks that are going to come to him. Bakugo has one quirk and the kind of personality and person that he is that can take anybody's quirk in the series and make it the best quirk in the series. So his path,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, his path might not be as clear as far as his potential goes, but his rate of growth is not as big of a gap as like Deku's guaranteed destiny of power.
High potential.
Is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Of the current scenario of
he'll find a way to keep
All
up
Might.
no matter what is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Say All Might. Might, number
yes.
1, former. Number 2, Endeavor.
Yes.
Couldn't you easily imagine number 1 Deku, number 2 Baku?
Yes.
So easy.
Yes.
So easy to imagine.
Yes, so easy to
exactly.
imagine that.
100%.
Well, before you get in your bag, Kiko, I just want to add to Nuts' point.
Yeah.
With the progression.
Yes.
I want to bring up a point that All Might brought up earlier in the series when he was talking to Bakugo, when he was, anguishing kind of about the gap getting smaller between him and Deku.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
he
larger,
said, like,
rather.
okay, smaller.
Oh,
the progression, he said the progression of, he was like, look at you, you've had your quirk your entire life, you've been working on it. You're a level 50. He said, Deku just got his quirk. He's level 1. He said the progression and the leveling up of a level 1 versus a level 50 is going to be a lot quicker.
You have
so
Deku growing into 100%, and you have Bakugo exceeding 100% to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different
I just want to say,
Yeah.
at this point, I would think, back then, Deku's a level 1. He's leveling up really quick. Baku's level 50.
Yes.
At this point, I would say maybe they're both level 60. Progressing kind of at the same rate, because Bakugo is going to keep pushing himself further and further and further past his limits because he knows Deku gets that not prodigious, but exponential growth from leveling up one for all.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that was a lot.
So, yeah, get in your bag.
That was a lot. I'm sorry.
Three people
My bad.
talking to me.
My bad.
But okay. Endeavor being Bakugo is perfect. That's a great place because Endeavor is really trash at the end of the day, like hero-wise, compared to All Might and compared to what Deku will be with all those quirks, because All Might didn't have none of that. All Might was actually trash himself too, really. I mean, he did not get anywhere near the potential.
He didn't have access to all those quirks. Yeah.
He didn't get anywhere near the potential of One for All. Nowhere fucking near it. All Might was not that good, really, with his quirk, even though he's the greatest hero of all time. So, what does that mean for Deku? And what does this mean for Shigaraki? Like you can't. There's no way that you can convince me that somebody with one quirk and whose quirk is already hurting themselves because they have the genetic mutation where their quirk is backfiring,
detrimental
hurting
to them. Yeah.
So so how can you even say that Bakugo is going to be better than Shoto? Like I can't do it. I can't do it.
I can see it. I can see it because
you could see those two being equal.
Yeah.
You cannot see either of those two being Deku's equal. I can't.
No one has said that Bakugo or Shoto would be Deku's equal.
But the gap is going to be so much big. If the gap between All Might and Endeavor was really big, I think much bigger than a lot of people give it credit for.
I see the gap.
I mean, Endeavor stated that. He said
we've gotten
big
plenty of.
This chapter was huge for that exact question.
Exactly. Yeah. But
so,
like, go ahead.
It's just.
I know it's hard. I know it's hard for you to see.
No.
Yeah.
And obviously, I've thought of all the points that you guys have made. Like, it's clear you can just say. It's just clear that you can say that Bakugo will hone his quirk so skillfully where Deku has to pull from a bunch of different ones where maybe he's not a master of any of them, which doesn't really make sense.
It's just like a destiny versus hard work thing. And now it's not to say that Deku isn't working hard to, do what he's doing. But at the same time, it's like when you have a gap that's that big inherently, naturally, as Bakugo, you have to work that much harder to clear that gap, regardless of whether or not Deku got his quirk yesterday or not. At the end of the day, Deku got everything he needs to be the number one hero handed to him. Bakugo did not. He just had an amazing head start in the quirk that he got. Obviously, those are going to meet at some point. Like Eagle was saying, we can assume that they're both at 60%, and the rate of growth is going to state a certain
I agree
thing.
with all that.
But,
another thing I will say is that
Bakugo is still the kind of person where give him anybody's quirk, and he's going to be the tightest person in the class with that quirk. Deku is the kind of person where hand him anybody's quirk and he'll eventually find out how to be the tightest person with that quirk, but not at the same rate as Bakugo. So that difference in their character is what drives the path that they both take in competition with each other.
And you've said that another times. Like I get it. Like I totally get it. I just think that's you're selling a dream to yourself.
Another thing I want to say.
If you can look, okay, we can say this, but like
everything you say comes back to like what it looks like on paper.
What is a one quirk person done in this series that's that notable? Like what has a one quirk person in this series done?
All Might, who Bakugo looks up to.
Well, now
you should not assume that all of Deku's quirks are going to be super fucking powerful. Okay, like
no, I know that.
We've got to consider that like people with one or two quirks in the case of Shoto are doing things but that's one for all. That's the culmination of strength. That's the actual one for all quirk.
That's right.
That's the actual one for all quirk.
What are we talking?
You're saying because he has 8 quirks. You're saying because he has 8 quirks, he's going to be
on
OD.
top of
what if the 8 quirks are not that powerful?
No, keep going, Eagle. Keep going.
Let me
for all.
Eagle.
No. I really want Eagle to finish what he's saying.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
The culmination of strength is what makes him OD. That's one for all. We should not assume that the 7 or 8 quirks that he's going to get are all going to be OD.
Exactly.
Because other people are doing shit that he's going to be able to do with these quirks already with their one quirk. One of his quirks is levitate.
Yes.
Okay. Shoto, Endeavor, Bakugo doing that shit already.
Yes.
So all of his quirks might not be that crazy. Black Whip isn't even that crazy. Okay, he can grab you.
Let me jump in.
Before Nick jumps in, I just want to say one thing.
The culmination of strength, one for all, the ability to blow away cities, that's the crazy shit.
That's the crazy part. And Deku is working very slowly into coming into the mastery of that one OD quirk. So he is very slowly coming into full control of the quirk that sets him apart from everyone else.
All of that too.
I'm finishing Eagle. I'm trying to help finish Eagle's point here. I'm not trying to rehash points that I've already made because I think that they're new points and you haven't considered them yet. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Eagle is saying the thing that makes Deku so overpowered is the culmination of power inside of One For All. All of the extra quirks are regular ass quirks that he hasn't, and he just only met one of them. So if he's slowly progressing through the one quirk that makes him OD, and Bakugo's quirk is already impressing everyone who sees it, and he's had it his whole life, that progression the gap is not as big as it seems because of how slow it's taking Deku to come into the one quirk that you think sets him so much farther ahead of him.
It's coming in slow because the time frame that we're looking at is so spread out. 274 chapters over a year of time seems slow, but in reality, this is extremely quick of Deku to gain control of the strength portion of One For All.
But Bakugo's grown so much inside of that year too.
Sure, and I don't disagree.
Yes, I'm sorry. Could go.
Please, you haven't talked in a while.
It's all good. It's all good. Here's where I want to jump in here. I want to restate that no one is claiming, 0 people are claiming here that Bakugo is going to be the number 1 hero.
No,
0 people.
For sure.
It's just not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Also, another point I want to raise.
I do think though he'll be closer to.
No, he won't be number
Deku.
1. Doesn't matter. Not number 1.
No, not number 1.
That's the point that Nick is making. Let him make his point. Let him make his point. Let him make his point.
Let's go further. I think it's actually pretty clear to me that Deku is not going to be anywhere near as strong as All Might ever was.
Physically.
He physically.
Yeah,
Just the physical aspect. He is so weak compared to All Might.
Yes.
45%, he's not 45%. No way.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like he can use the egg time thing or whatever.
Yeah.
All Might, as you know, Deku said like against that muscle guy, like 100,000% or 1,000,000% or whatever, right? Like
Yeah.
he ain't gonna be able to do that like All Might could.
Yeah, you're right.
That maybe is more of an opinion, but like
I
I
agree
think
with
I think
that.
it's pretty clear that his injuries
I don't know,
are
I
very
disagree.
very powerful injuries. He's
Yeah,
not gonna be
I
able to
agree with that.
smash like All Might can.
I agree with that.
And
Well, I think it was-
I
and
like-
he
it
doesn't
was-
need to because he has so many other quirks at his disposal that All Might never
Right.
had access to. So
But then one more
naturally
thing.
he wouldn't be able to reach that
Continue.
level
Right.
of strength.
Continue.
Now, just the one more thing, which I think will
Continue.
tie it back nicely into this chapter,
Yeah.
is that Endeavor in this chapter has internal monologue of this is towards the end of the chapter, and he's totally obliterating Shigaraki. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bakugo slams him hard, and
That was
Endeavor comes and says,
amazing.
"So what if my strength is not enough alone?"
Yeah.
And then he remembers dialogue from Toshinori, All Might. The symbol I strove to be, that isn't the path you follow. That's not your path.
That's right.
Like,
Yeah.
Bakugo is not meant to be number one.
That's right.
He's meant to be a confidant for Deku.
That's
He's
right.
meant to be incredibly strong, like probably the most strong you could possibly be with a regular ass genetic
Yes.
quirk
With one quirk.
Yes.
that he built
I'm
himself.
glad you said that.
Yep.
He
Wow.
can't. There's no way he can be as strong as Deku.
That's a great
Well,
point.
and I
And
that's
now-
exactly
yeah,
what
and
I'm
Endeavor
Kiko-
literally
no, no.
realized right now.
Well, that's
he-
what I'm
he-
saying.
Yeah.
I just want to say.
Kiko.
Well, that's exactly what I'm
no,
saying.
Kiko
Right,
should
wait.
go again. Kiko should go again because
Well,
you have
I'm just
like
saying
we've
that
all
is-
had. Yeah.
Well, but that is what I'm saying. Obviously, is that Deku is going to be stronger than Bakugo, and it obviously within the narrative of the story, it doesn't make sense for Baku to end up just like it doesn't. Sanji's not going to be stronger than Zoro, and Zoro's not going to be stronger than Luffy because that's the narrative of the
Hey,
story.
let's go.
And that's just how it is. Like that's how it is.
Right.
And so
and no one's claimed that.
No,
And-
I mean
and
except for
so-
Eagle.
and that's why Bakugo is not going to be.
Sanji and Zoro on par?
No, okay.
Yeah, well,
I'm talking about.
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel like,
Anyway.
Kiko, you're arguing against something no one is arguing.
See, now this
Yeah, yeah.
is no. I gotta
No,
say
no,
real quick.
no, no, no,
everybody
no.
always
Okay,
says
do
shit
it.
That out of context, that does not represent what the fuck I really say. I've always said Zoro is a little bit stronger than Sanji.
All
But
right.
if they fought for real, it is a high diff fight to
Okay.
the point where either one of them could win, but they're not really walking away
All right.
without serious
Okay.
fucking
All right.
injuries.
Okay.
All right, great. We got that out.
Most
Okay.
likely
Back to-
Zoro
back to-
probably 7 times out of 10,
Okay.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I like
Sanji
that you
could
said
take
that.
some.
I like that you said that. I like
Back to
that you said that.
Kiko.
Okay.
Back to.
Back to Kiko. Yes,
Well,
please.
yeah. Okay.
Cocksucker, Noxie.
Jesus Christ.
All right, go ahead.
So anyway.
Oh, he's fucking does me dirty all the time.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh
go
yeah,
ahead.
Eagle said this, and then I can't explain what the fuck I really said because
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're
Fucking
good.
bastard.
You're good. Go ahead, Kiko. Sorry.
Yeah. So Bakugo obviously will not be stronger than Deku.
Yes, yes.
Nobody's saying that that's supposed to happen.
Okay.
I'm just saying
Yeah, yeah.
that they shouldn't even like they're not going to be and actually just so when Nick's acting surprised over here, but that is almost what Noxie said. Noxie was saying that they are going to stay basically on par with each other.
They're
the
going to be
entire length of the
comparable.
story.
Yes.
Yeah.
And whether
for-
and
for a while, yes,
regardless
sure.
of how big the gap is, the gap between Deku and Bakugo is going to be comparable compared to the gap between Bakugo and the next person. Is what I'm
Well,
saying. Is what I'm saying.
Now that you said that,
is
I
what I'm
just
saying. Is what
wanted
I'm
to-
saying. Like
Where does
Deku.
Shoto fit in? this
There's a
whole-
lot of
Right,
people.
right, exactly.
There's a lot
And
of
you
top
want
tier.
right, and you want Shoto to be right there or above Bakugo because you think Shoto, no matter what, is going to be stronger than Bakugo because his
Well, no one-
quirk
I don't think I said
at
that.
base
Well,
is
now
just
that-
better than his. That's what you're saying, right?
No, I'm saying
Now
that that makes the most sense, obviously.
Right. It
but
makes
you
most
can
sense on
explain
paper. I'm
away-
talking
you
about
can
on
ex-
paper
but-
versus who the
But
characters are.
and you can also explain away easily Bakugo
very
being
easily.
better than Bakugo being better than Shoto.
Yeah.
You know, one
Number
quirk
of quirks
versus
is
two.
completely meaningless because if number of quirks matters, then all
Right.
for one already won. It's not how it works.
No. What I'm saying is that
Well,
like you
they're
have to
outrageous
take you have to take in,
quirks.
you have
If he
to
was
take,
had
you-
access to his quirks, everybody would be
listen,
dead here.
You have to take into consideration who these characters are. Shoto on paper, this is what I've been talking about the whole time. On paper versus who the characters are is a massive difference. On paper,
Should be better
yes.
than Bakugo.
On paper, yes. Shoto should be leagues above fucking Bakugo. But guess what? Shoto doesn't get the fucking determination focus. He doesn't get the fucking like drive focus. He doesn't get any of that focus like Bakugo gets. So why the fuck should he be better than fucking Bakugo just because his quirk is tighter? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like sure. Anybody will fucking say that a fucking fire and ice.
I'll tell you why quickly, just quickly.
Go ahead,
Well,
man.
it's
Go ahead.
because
No, go
his
ahead,
two
man.
quirks.
Can I-
Because his two quirks counter each other in the fact
Sure.
that he can regulate it and
It's
his
still-
body's not
it's-
taking
you're
damage
still
like
talking
Bakugo's
about
taking
on
damage.
paper stuff.
Sure, okay.
Like you're like
And you're
it-
just
it's-
saying
I
that
wanna
as a
say
character,
real
as a
quick.
character, no, as
That
a character,
matters.
Bakugo gets more time. Yeah, you're
no,
right,
it's
you're
not
right,
just that he
you're
gets
totally
more
right.
time. The time that he has shows us that he is more deserving of being better than and stronger than Shoto than he does.
And that's shown through screen time. But
Shoto,
yes,
no,
they're-
Shoto.
they're
could,
linked.
No.
They're linked. They're not exclusive.
There
They're not
are
mutually exclusive,
plenty
but they're
of
linked.
examples of characters inside of Shonen that got very little screen time that's shown way more than characters with more screen time. That is not what I'm saying. Look at Shoot inside of Hunter x Hunter.
I'm saying the same thing, though. Like,
No, you're not. Because you're trying to say that because you're trying to say that
let's
I'm
stop
saying.
trying to say what other people are
No,
saying.
you
we
are
talked
like
about a
no.
lot of
He
Untitled Chapter
legitimately said that screen time is what I'm saying that it dictates what makes Bakugo
No,
better
I
than.
did not.
Okay. Tell me what.
Okay, let's-
tell me what. No.
let's-
Tell me what I'm saying then.
I just said that screen time is not mutually exclusive with development. Like
Right,
you know, like
right.
it can be one and the same, or it can be
Right.
But clearly, when you have more screen time, you are getting more development, and these go hand in hand. You can't act like they're not related at all.
No, I'm not
because
saying that
they
they're
are
not related at all, but I'm saying that they're.
and that's really all we need to say about
All
this
right.
because I feel like we should move on,
You're right,
honestly,
you're right.
because
We
we're
should
just
move
gonna
on.
keep
I think
going.
so.
We've been on this for
Real
half
quick,
an
I've
hour.
been trying to fucking make this small
All right,
point
all
for
right,
a while.
all right.
I
Make your
just wanna
point.
say-
point
Make your
then.
point. Make your point.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I think the gap at the end of the day between Bakugo and Shoto will be smaller than the gap between Endeavor and All Might.
Okay.
I don't know how close they'll be, but I think it will be smaller.
Yeah.
And
that makes
secondly,
sense.
I'm not trying to have any contention about this. I just wanted to like kind of skirt this in.
That makes sense. Though.
I disagree with the small point Nickam said in that I think it was implied that when Deku has mastery over the ability to regulate 100% of One for All, he will be able to smash with his arms again, like All Might.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we should
be.
move on because we haven't talked about a lot of this chapter.
Bring us into the next point, Eagle.
Well, I think something that goes against something Kiko has been advocating a lot is that like All for One kind of wants to take back over this shit, which
Yeah.
I think he has, but
Yeah.
I think Shigaraki
This is the
has
part that
dispelled
I
it a
thought
little
was
bit
huge for
because
Kiko.
so there's this panel here on page 10 where
Yeah.
Shigaraki kind of has All for One like looming over him in his in his mental space. And then on the next page here in the bottom panel on the right, he like puts his hand here and like almost it looks like what decays All for One's like will in that mental space of his.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
definitely.
the same
So like
thing.
I think he could be in full control here now.
Yeah.
Possibly.
He could be in full control here, but this kind of like goes back into like what Kiko was talking about like a couple weeks ago about how this is like kind of like what he needs from Shigaraki, right? Where like Shigaraki didn't really feel like an endgame villain because he thought that All for One was just going to eventually come back and try to take his quirk back, and Shigaraki was kind of working towards that. But we're seeing here now in this chapter that Shigaraki is like kind of like trying to snap out of the will of All for One and go like, no, this is my shit. You know what I mean? So we might get a situation where like it comes into he breaks All for One out of prison, tries to see like kind of like gauge what All for One is doing. All for One goes, okay, now give me my quirk back now that you've fulfilled everything that I've been smirking in this fucking jail cell waiting for you to do. And Shigaraki goes, nah, dog, this is my shit now. Evaporates All for One and comes into a position where he is now exceeded the kind of villain or endgame villain that we see All For One as, and now it's replaced with Shigaraki because we see his character changing, we see his strength increasing, we see him going, I'm not just a scratchy, neck scratchy crackhead with chapped lips. I am now that neck scratchy crackhead with chapped lips, but I have All For One's power. I'm becoming a more charismatic leader. I'm understanding my situation. My head's clearer. I am now All For One on crack, like literally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And it could be
so-
it could be possible that this isn't the last time that this mental space, like All For One, could still be present in his mental space.
Right.
He could have
Yes.
just decayed him for now, type shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean that's definitely like that's what I think is I highly doubt that this is gone. This theme is not gone. Obviously, he's going to be struggling with All For One in the
For a while.
future. I think. I mean, it could be the entirety of the story. I mean, until obviously the resolution. But I think whatever the resolution to this is going to play out to like what Endgame looks like. So
until he
you know,
kills All
another,
For One and takes that will away. Yeah.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
another option actually, like, instead of just like he kills All For One, say, and then it's over, he's completely clear-headed forever, say. Another option here actually is that what if quirks can be sentient, right? And so
That's
Quirks can be sentient?
say you
Quirks can be
kill All
sentient,
For
you're
One,
saying?
but the quirk is still there. And
Wow.
what really
Fucking
actually made me think that is like page 8, you know, where like he's like thinking like, oh, you know, he has a thought in his mind like acquire one for all, and he's like
One for all.
you will be mine, little brother. And of course, little brother in this sense is sensei, master's little brother, you know, because he's the original owner of All For One, and he gave you know one for all to. But like, what if the quirk just like has a mind of its own now? You know what I mean?
Wow.
Very interesting.
And can we talk about how
it feels
amazing?
like that with both quirks. I feel like it with both quirks.
Yeah.
One
Are you
for
gonna
all
bring
and
up the
All
art?
For
Are you
One.
gonna bring up
both.
the art?
I
here?
am going to bring up the art again here because,
art
like I've
on the
said,
Shigaraki
whenever
face paint,
Shigaraki is on the spotlight, Shigaraki goes crazy on the detail. This "You Will Be Mine, Little Brother" panel, all of this shit, this "I Control Myself" panel on fucking page 11.
Yeah.
Wow.
Both of those low key shook me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
and they're
I
supposed
actually-
to, and you can
I-
tell.
Yes.
I almost feel bad because like, you know, maybe like 3 chapters ago we were commenting about the art of Hero and like, oh my god, this art is so good, and like and I just feel like I'm glad we're talking about it because the art is so good and it's still so good, and
good.
it's been
And
so
I've
good.
always- so good, and it's
I've
been so
always
good.
said on the show multiple times where
Yes.
Horikoshi truly shines are these facial stills.
Yes.
Yes.
Showing whatever kind of emotion he is trying to convey.
Yes.
He is masterful in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fucking incredible.
That goes with his
Yes.
writing because that's his writing
Yes.
strength as well. obviously.
Inside of the characters, and you see most of the characters inside of these facial close-ups where you can have a very vivid gateway to the mind of the character, the emotional state of the character, exactly what you're supposed to feel. Horikoshi knows how to invoke the emotions, the exact emotions that you're supposed to feel in any scene. And it's not even just the scenes. I mean, like, it's especially in the scenes where it's close-up facials like we're talking about, but just like in general, whenever it's a character-focused situation, which it predominantly is inside of My Hero Academia, Horikoshi knows how to make you feel whatever he's intending to make you feel in any scene, regardless of whether it's a close-up, regardless of whether it's a fucking character moment, and it's just like a far out still of like an entire family in a room, like in the Endeavor scenes, whatever it is, that Horikoshi knows how to pull at the heartstrings, and he knows how to go, you're supposed to feel sad here, you're supposed to feel mad here, you're supposed to feel excited here, you're supposed to feel hype here, whatever it is, he is one of the best in Jump at making you feel that exact emotion. And
Well, and something else I'll add real quick is like the visual storytelling in this panel too, where he says, "You will be mine, little brother." The crack in his face appears on this panel.
Yeah.
It almost aligns with the crack in his mentality or his
hold on,
You
you're
know?
spitting right now.
Love it.
It's
Love
like,
it.
bro, like, this shit is fucking crazy.
You're
bro.
spitting right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love
I
that.
love that metaphor. Love that metaphor.
So fast forwarding a little bit to Gran Torino. You know,
Yes.
Gran Torino jumps into here and is about to slap Shigaraki in the face here.
Yes.
Do you like? I guess we don't really know much about Gran Torino's ability other than some sort of like bursting
Propulsion.
Jet propulsion.
Jet
Yeah, jet
propulsion
propulsion.
kind of thing. I feel like on page 13, it has this kind of like
Very
bulge
Western
sound effect.
superhero, like anatomy.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, but
he's
like
very swole.
I feel like he's
Yeah.
like about to try and almost kill Shigaraki. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's talking out of anger and like you even existing hurt Toshinori so much, and he has this like flex kind of sound effect,
Yes.
and he's like about to slap, and then of course Shigaraki just breaks free or whatever. But
Yeah.
like it was very intense panel for me.
This is
like,
the swollest we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Gran Torino.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can agree on that.
Yeah.
And this is an amazing fucking panel for him. And
Mhm.
He got the veins on the bicep.
bro, he got all the
Right.
muscles showing. Like we can see every single
Right.
muscle.
Striations. in
Striations
Right.
by the chest and shoulders.
But I guess another thing I would say here is that there have been a few heroes in this arc that have literally said like, let's kill Shigaraki.
Yes.
Like Mirko, like
Yes,
kill
yes,
him,
yes.
kill him. This is
Endeavor
not a
probably
joke.
knows that he needs to be
Yeah.
killed.
But I think I
Yeah.
feel like
They're-
Gran Torino was
Torino
about to
even
try
is
and
one
kill
of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There definitely
I like
are
that.
heroes we've seen that are more aligned with that mentality of like, when it comes to these real motherfuckers, we gotta just get them out of here. Ain't no
Yeah.
like throwing these motherfuckers in a cuff
Yeah.
and get them in a prison cell. Like, no, we gotta
Right.
get them
Right.
the fuck out of here.
And I have to, and because you said that, sorry you guys, I have to make a Western superhero comic book reference here.
No, do
Just
it.
bear with
Go
me
ahead,
for a
man. We
second.
love it when you do.
Inside of
You're crazy with this shit.
inside
You're
of
the
Jeff,
only one of us that does.
So like inside of Jeff Johns' Green Lantern run, inside of Rebirth, you have the Green Lantern Corps, which they have, you know, a superpower that is based on defense and protection. The Green Lanterns naturally at base cannot kill other people because their power system does not allow them to kill someone. It's literally only for policing, strategically defending, and protection.
Man, if we get that over here, that might be good.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Now, inside of DC Comics, when the Sinestro Corps War arc happens, you have the Sinestro Corps coming in, and they don't have restrictions on their lantern abilities. They can kill whoever they want, whenever they want. Now, the Guardians of the Universe go, you guys are killing our people in droves. Let's rewrite these rules inside of this energy system, because they're the people who can do that, and go, we are allowing Green Lanterns to now use lethal force against the Sinestro Corps specifically, so that we can properly defend, because otherwise it's just running and defending. We can't do that forever because all of our people are dying. This is a situation where they are killing so much of us. They're such an opposing force. We have no choice but to abandon our normal morality role of defend and protect and rewrite the rules to allow us lethal force so that we can actually have a chance in this situation. And I feel like inside of this story, you're seeing heroes that are normally on the white side of the morality line going protect, save, defend, going, this motherfucker is way too strong. He's doing way too much. Maybe we do need to press the button on this cat, because otherwise, what else are we gonna do? You know,
especially if we do get explicit exposition in terms of government officials or the police, say, or someone who's more in charge literally saying that that's allowed.
Yes.
I think that actually is a lot more impactful, given that this is a Japanese story, where, like, you know, Japan has, like, you know, 7 gun deaths a year or something. You know what I mean? And the police never kill anyone. That's like unheard of kind of thing. I'm sure it's happened in history, but like probably incredibly rare. And so it's probably much more impactful for that exposition to happen in Japan, in a Japanese comic, where this like heroes in Japan, right? And heroes probably aren't allowed legally to kill people, and they probably don't kill people ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like that, I think, would be a very huge point.
And that's where I'm going, is I
up.
feel like we will get exposition from like a motherfucker on the phone in a silhouette going like, do what you got to do, heroes. You know what I'm saying? And we got Principal Nezu on the phone like, are you sure? Like, all right, bet. And then he hits the communicator like, kill Shigaraki if you have to. You know what I'm saying? And then society is going
right now,
kill Shigaraki. Yeah. Like maybe not Principal Nezu.
Or soon.
Let's take away Principal Nezu from the entire thing, and let's just go straight to society. You have society watching the news going, we can't allow this to be another Deka. We can't allow this to be another Hosu City incident. We can't allow this to be another Kamino. Kill this motherfucker. If you need to. We will not be mad at you, heroes, if you have to kill this person. And now you have the heroes going like, everyone is telling us to kill this person, and obviously, you know, you're going to have white morality, you know, side of characters trying to apprehend him anyway. If this does come in, if this does end up being a hero's win kind of situation, you can almost certainly, you know, predict that it will be an apprehension instead of an execution. But still, the society shouting "kill them, kill them, kill them" will be a huge plot point inside of My Hero Academia, where the heroes are like, I can't let like the society wants this, especially I can't let this happen, all type of shit. Especially
if the villains say, look at what you're doing. Like, now heroes now heroes can kill people. Like, all of a sudden this is okay now.
Oh my god,
that's gonna be a huge point.
Would be so crazy,
for that villain subterfuge flipping it around.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm still a huge fan of like Shigaraki winning this and like Japan falling under siege from the villains and like falling under villain control, and like we get another time skip and they gotta like train in America and like come back and try and take Japan back over because it's just villain land.
Would love that. Last thing I want to say about the chapter. Oh, Keiko, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I mean, just that we talked about just about everything other than, you know, Mount Lady.
The end. Yes, that's exactly where I was going.
And then having, you know, he's got the League on his back. They're about to jump off. And are they going to jump on Mount Lady and start hitting her with the quirks? Is she even needed to get hit with quirks? Is Gigantomachia about to body slam the shit out of her next one?
That's what I wanted to talk about with you about, Keiko. So we have this last panel where Mount Lady is clashing with Gigantomachia in a way that implies that she is like going toe to toe with this character. But you can see in the art that this is an initial clash. This is we are just now meeting with each other, and it makes sense that Mount Lady is here, but I feel like the start of next chapter, or sometime during the next chapter, or maybe even chapters from now, depending on how Horikoshi wants to go about it, we can very easily see, at least I can, Gigantomachia easily shifting the tide in this clash and going, you think that you can fuck with me just because you're big? DDT. Suplex, all types of signature moves inside of WWF could be going towards this chick right now.
Here's where I just want to bring up a little bit of maybe not criticism, but like just favoritism for the scans here.
I think this is a great feat for Mount Lady, though.
I read the scans here for My Hero early.
Yeah, so did I.
And I enjoyed the translation a little more for not only Endeavor's final attack here, Burnishing Fist over Vanishing Fist.
I loved Burnishing Fist better, way better, bro.
I liked Burnishing Fist a little better. And also in the scans, Mount Lady says, "It goes without saying, I won't let you through." And to me, that just kind of hit a little bit harder than
Don't gotta
tell me twice. He's not going anywhere. That's some very Rocky and Bullwinkle type dialogue. I feel like.
Rocky.
So I don't know.
Sorry if that's a little bit too like childish and campy, but like I just feel like Boomerang cartoon dialogue. You don't gotta tell me twice. He's not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel
And
well,
I mean also.
Go for it.
While I was gonna say something, I feel like Bakugo a little earlier in the chapter had said something that in the viz kind of seemed a little corny. What was it on page?
We're slowly converting Eagle.
On page 3, he says, "Let's do this thing rationally."
Oh, what does he say in the
But
scan?
in the scans, he's just like, "Let's go."
Yeah. All right.
To me, that kind of was.
That's more Bakugo. That feels more Bakugo for sure.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Yeah.
Man, I would love to see.
We can move on.
I would love that panel in particular. Like, I would literally like to see what other people would translate that as, because like,
or just the Japanese, translate and see what.
Because it's just like, let's do this thing rationally is leagues different than let's go.
Exactly.
That's way more syllables. That's way more syllables.
And not even only that, just the message of the text bubble, let's do this thing rationally. Like maybe that's a character development moment for Bakugo, and maybe the scan was off, and actually Viz did that better.
Facts.
I don't know.
Facts, super facts.
But that's that's just the power that a translator has, is to give us character development or not. And like that's an extremely important thing that people need to realize, and the responsibility that these people have to convey these stories properly. And when they take liberties, that's where I start feeling like I feel some kind of way about it. So like that's just important
100%.
100,000%.
Yes,
that's a great point.
Great ending point.
Well, with that, then I think we can go ahead and move right into chapter 984, getting pretty close to 1,000 of One Piece. Wow. My Bible. Orino Bible.
So this cover story, I think, is really funny because it's like Lola and Chiffon like looking at Buddy like, you're our dad, like he's ugly, but it's like y'all the two arguably ugliest character designs in the whole story. So it's like, what are you really surprised about here?
I know, you're Big Mom and Pound's kid. You ain't about to look pretty after that. Like that's not.
Well, and at this point, it's like, can we finally wrap this up? We're 30 weeks
30 seems good. Doesn't this seem like a good ending?
Yeah,
right
30,
not even 30 weeks, because we got good breaks, bro. We're probably over 3/4 of a year into this cover story.
Yeah,
wow.
We are.
Wow.
We are. But
you know, and it's like, bruh.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So,
I mean, I guess there's not much better shit we could get in a cover story.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like he's gonna reveal huge plot info.
For sure. Hey, no. Yeah. Wait. We've had some big shit in cover stories.
Vague shit. We got the moon, the autonomous, whatever. But like, you know, we ain't got nothing on that yet. So like, until that comes down, you know, we'll
matter.
see.
We can get some real
Don't
shit.
Matter. Remember? Okay, kick off, fall back. Remember, me and Noxie were the moon guys. Okay. Now let's move. Let's move forward. Move forward.
Hey, we are the moon guys, though. Anyway, let's get into the chapter.
People outside or what? Because y'all definitely ain't been talking about One Piece moon.
Okay.
So I do have a legit question getting this chapter.
Yeah. Thank you, Nick.
In your bag.
So we get into, you know, the aftermath of last chapter, Luffy slapping page 1 and ulti or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of interesting. I do have a question for y'all. So like, everyone's like, yo, like, should we call the doctors? Cause like y'all got hit pretty hard here. Yeah. And page 1 is like, yeah, that did hurt pretty bad. Like almost loosened my jaw a tad. Yeah. But look at his panel. This is page 2. Yeah. He's shaking. He's shaking as he's saying this. And then you go to ulti. She wakes up and she's like, how dare he use Master Kaido's Thunder Bagua like Blunder Bagua. And then she coughs up blood. Yeah. And they're like, wow, you really got hit hard. And then the kind of like side characters are all saying like, I can't believe how tough these dinosaur types are.
So I think,
are they tough, or are they making it putting it up front?
I think that they can be tough while still lying about how much damage they took, right? Mm-hmm. So like even
and is this just hockey? Residual after damage?
Well, even if
like
this
Ryuo?
Or... And that could be a really good point too. But even if this isn't, so like even if this is at face value the extent of the damage that they took, that is a feat for ancient Zoan strength.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Well, durability's been touted for a long time.
It has been touted for a long time. Hold on. Let me finish this real quick. So like at face value, this could be an ancient Zoan strength feat. I feel like either way it's an ancient Zoan strength feat, but even if they took more damage than what they're implying, and say maybe it loosened up my jaw a little bit, but it's actually broken or dislocated.
Yep.
Sure.
That's still a huge strength feat for ancient Zoan devil fruit users.
Yeah.
And even if ulti is totally fine, besides she has internal bleeding and she's coughing up a little bit of blood, and she's still lying about how much damage she took, that's still, you're getting right up after that. That's a huge ancient Zoan feat.
Go ahead, Eagle.
I also want to say this. I think I had a slight issue, favoritism again for the scans.
Yeah,
because I think this is a cool parallel to Blackbeard pre-time skip when Ace said that he almost broke his neck with one strike.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool parallel to that when page 1 says like, man, he almost dislocated my jaw, like one hit type shit.
Wow.
And also I had a really like, I actually did have an issue with this translation here in the in the official, because
What page?
in the scans or in the okay, I'll say in the official on page 3 when Alti was talking about what Kiko brought up when he says when she's talking about how dare Yamato try and use Master Kaido's move. Thunder Bagra, more like Thunder Bagra.
That was Nickums, but yeah,
Like,
that was Nickums,
okay,
but yeah.
in the scans, she says, "Don't make me laugh." It was more like Thunder Sigua.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it says there's a translator note that says 4 trigrams
Instead of 8.
opposed to Bagua,
Yeah.
8 trigrams.
You guys must have missed.
Why not put that fucking translator note in the official?
Because they just want to use random American jokes instead.
Campy ass joke that doesn't even
Man,
add
it sounds
to
like
the
you're saying what we've been saying for a
For
long
the
time.
whole show, right,
I've
Kiko?
always said that I've remained consistent about the translator notes. I've always said they should add translator notes for stuff like this.
All right.
Well, and so let me say this too. You guys must have missed it when I
Because
said that about.
that's stupid.
No.
Why make it into a stupid fucking joke
That's what we've
when
been
she's
saying.
actually saying something
Eagle,
like,
you definitely
oh,
missed this. Then.
Yeah. No, say
well,
it.
like-
Say it.
Yeah, I mean, I said it during the Jujutsu segment when Principal Yaga is out there and and that's what I said. They had Thunder Sigua. I said that on them with the little guys
Yeah,
with the
you
little
did
bats. I
actually
said Thunder
make 'em-
Sigua,
yeah, you made 'em-
and nobody said anything
Yeah.
about it. I was wondering if anybody thought about it.
I didn't
And-
remember.
and so
I didn't
people-
remember that was the translation difference between scan and official for the One Piece segment. But I do remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Wow.
that's crazy that we're getting Eagle on our team.
I told you I've remained consistent about the translator notes.
All right,
Don't play me.
Oh, all right.
All right.
So now,
Y'all hoeing me right now.
All right.
so going.
But no, I think translator notes are great. I don't
Yes.
for shit like
Right.
that, man.
Yeah.
For them to
It's
make it
more
into a
than
stupid-ass
translator
joke
notes.
like that
It's
when
more
it actually
than
was
that,
something that
yeah.
made sense.
Yeah.
When
Right.
she's saying like, that was some whack ass
that's
shit.
a
Why? How
whole-
dare he call it Bagua when it ain't even the same shit?
Right,
Like,
that's
it's like a Sigua.
That's a
type shit.
mindset going into translation. That is a really big deal in regard to how we consume this media. You have the Japanese creator making this joke, and you go, I'm not going to tell the joke as it's half of what it's supposed to be. I'm going to say a funny word instead of what it's supposed to be. That is a massive difference in the way that the story is told. Why are you doing that? You're trash. Like, I'm sorry. Like now I'm not saying that the official translators aren't doing a great job overall in what they're doing, but I have very serious criticisms of the things that I have an issue with that they do. And when I can take one instance and control it in a way and blow it up in a way that's a big deal, like we do, like Kiko does, like Nickums does, and now like you are doing now, even Eagle inside of this translation, this is a massive difference in how we are supposed to interpret this scene.
Right.
Why are you doing that? And
Right.
when you think about the reasons why, it comes down to, I just decided to do it this way because it was funnier to me. Okay, fuck you. I don't read these. Well, what the fuck is it? I don't read this shit because I want funny American jokes.
Because they're trying to make One Piece dumb it down. For
Yeah.
And
That's what I'm saying.
Make it be more marketable to younger audiences.
Exactly.
In America.
No one asked for that.
They don't think 25-year-olds buy this shit.
No one asked for that. And I bet you they're not looking at their analytics. You know what I'm saying? Because
they know old people rock with the series, but
no one asked for this
trying
change
to continue to bring in the younger
no one
people.
asked for this change.
You know,
no one
know.
that I've ever talked to reads these stories because they want dumbed down American jokes instead of what's actually said by the Japanese creators. We love the Japanese culture. Give us the translator's notes and let us figure it out on our own if it doesn't make sense. Don't fucking dumb it down and throw a dumbass American joke in there because you think that's what Americans want when no American has ever told you that's what they want. Really? No
None of
one
them are total.
asked for this.
Yeah, and I'm glad we're all in agreement, so we can move on. We don't want
Sorry.
to spend too much time on this.
Nickums.
either.
Yeah, we
Sorry.
can
Go
move on,
get in your beige, bro.
I love Alti Tsundere.
Yeah,
yes,
me too.
no, I really like Ulti for sure.
Yeah, me
She's a
too.
great character. Going further into the chapter, or whatever, we get this, sick battle between Yamato and Luffy.
Yeah.
I love
And
the choreography in it.
There's super sick choreography. There's one thing I need to bring up. Page 6. I think maybe
Okay.
some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Top right panel. This is Luffy using that true haki. What did you say?
Ryuo.
Kiko? Ryuo.
Rio.
He's
Well,
top right.
I
Is that
call
not
it
it?
like
That has to be it, right?
Right.
Like that draw.
Now-
it's not
now-
him. It's not the fist black. It's
Yes.
it's
Eagle
this
has
white
been
aura.
saying that Rio is just what Wano people call armament hockey, but I feel
Yeah.
like we have enough examples
No.
now
No,
that
no,
lets
no.
us know that
What?
Rio is the advanced armament hockey, and that's
Yeah.
just what
Yes.
Wano people
It might be what they
it.
call hockey,
Yeah.
but there definitely is tiers, and
Yes.
what Rayleigh was using earlier is
That's
this.
what I'm saying.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm
this is
saying
the
that
exact same
this-
thing
what
Rayleigh and
people call
Sentomaru
Rio-
used. Yeah.
I'm saying what people call Rio is just like basically level 3 armament.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's what you meant. That's what you
that's
meant.
what
Yeah, yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
saying.
The
Yeah.
name of hockey in Wano is Rio.
Sure.
That's all I've been
So-
saying.
so the
and that-
name-
and that
so-
this what people call Rio is basically like level
No.
3 armament hockey.
No, stop. No, stop. Because
Hyogoro
you're
says
saying
right to Luffy, here's the next step of
Yes.
Yeah.
armament.
So
hockey.
you're
there's
saying
levels.
It's called
right,
Ryuo.
So,
He's
so
named
Eagle,
it and said this
you
is
literally
the next step.
just said that Wano people call hockey in general Rio, and also Rio is level 3 armament hockey. That doesn't make sense.
So regardless,
Yeah,
Well, because people say Rio when they refer to this.
that's
So I'm
what
saying,
you're
like,
saying. It
Rio-
is. You're saying Rio is
But
level 3
people
armament
call
hockey.
Rio-
even
What people call
Hyogoro
Rio
knows
is
that
what I'm
there
saying.
is a lower level, and he
Yes.
knows it's called hockey,
Yes.
and he taught Luffy the top
Did
level.
he say specifically that?
No.
Yes.
Well, he
I can't
literally,
remember clearly.
he said, "You are not doing the true shit."
Right.
Yes.
And he
Like,
did
no,
say
like,
that.
when I
next
tell you how to do
level.
it.
Is that no? That's not what I'm saying. I know he said that, but I'm saying, did he refer to what Luffy was doing and what he was doing as hockey and
No.
Rio separately?
No,
Or
no.
has he just all-encompassing term for him?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
But why
'Cause he's
would
from Wano.
hockey in general
Who-
be
who
Rio
Yeah, I don't
and
really care.
level
Who-
3
who
hockey
cares?
be
Come
Rio
on,
at the
we
same
don't-
time?
that's not what I'm
This
saying
is-
at
this is
all.
so
You're
you-
misinterpreting what I'm saying.
Eagle. I
Yeah.
think this is too minor of a point to
Yes, it is.
like.
To spend
it's
another
either-
10
it's either
minutes.
Because Maxie's dwelling on it. I'm trying to
no, he's
clarify
not.
for him.
No, he's not.
All right,
Let's just move
I
on.
take it back. I'm not
We all
dwelling on
agree.
it.
We all agree that Luffy is doing the top tier.
Yes.
That's the noteworthy
And we
thing
can
here.
also agree that nobody in Wano has used the term hockey, and so Ryuo could be synonymous with hockey within Wano. That doesn't
That's all I'm
mean
saying.
yes, exactly.
Right.
So there's no need to spend all this time trying to do some mental semantics in our head here.
Okay.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
That's all I'm
But-
saying. Yeah, I'm just
but-
saying
Okay.
that it's synonymous. It's a synonymous term.
All right.
Yes, so I think this is Ryuo, and I think that he also hit Ulti and Page 1 with Ryuo, and that's why they got.
You think so?
That's why they have like these lasting effects.
makes sense.
You know,
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
and Ryu is dragon, right? Like the beginning
Right.
of Dragon. Ryuo hurts scaled beasts.
Yeah. Wow.
That's what it's,
Like
that's
that.
what it's for.
Love
Like,
that. Love it.
And
that's-
Wano people hate dragons. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Love it.
Like that totally makes sense in terms of that naming. I love
Yes.
that.
And along
Yes.
the lines of the point Noxie made about the choreography, I will
Yes,
say,
bro.
like, I love Luffy starting to utilize
More kicks.
the what do you call it?
Love
The-
seeing
maybe
non-named kicks.
centrifugal force from
Yes.
his
Sure.
retraction in blows that follow up, basically.
Yes.
Like he throws the gear 3 punch, and when it retracts, he uses that centrifugal force to follow up right into a fucking kick,
Yes.
a spinning back kick.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I just love that. Like, I feel like maybe in the past I see him more so like throw a punch, he retracts it, he spins around, whatever, stances back up, throws another
Yes.
shit. But like
Yes.
now we see him like in sequential form using
Yeah.
the centrifugal force of his retraction to
Yes.
throw attacks again and again.
Well, when's the last time that we saw Luffy using like inside of this like Dragon Ball-esque Toriyama choreography that we're seeing here with multiple attacks clashing that aren't named. When's the last time we've seen kicks inside of this? In a way that's
I
not
remember
named.
kicking the shit out of Hody Jones. I remember that.
Right.
Well,
That's
like
Fishman Island, though.
the Gumu Gumu no Yare, and
that's what I'm
the
saying.
kicking
Yeah.
attacks.
No,
but
right,
like
but that's those are
basic-
you're saying named attacks right here. I'm
Stamp
saying
and
kicking
these.
attacks, but yeah, I'm
I'm
agreeing
saying
with
these are non-named martial arts attacks that Luffy is using that are kicks and punches that are in a very Toriyama style, multiple staccato style.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. I'm using
the classes
punches.
used to get
Yes.
where it was like punch, 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 kick,
Yes,
punch, punch,
yes,
punch,
block,
kick,
block,
punch,
dodge,
punch,
dodge.
kick,
Yeah,
punch,
like
punch, punch,
we
kick.
don't really see this kind of choreography all that often inside of One Piece. And if it is, it's just Luffy throwing a bunch of Gatlings that are ineffective. I just think it's really fucking cool that we're seeing a bunch of other limbed attacks that are not named inside of Luffy right now. I'm hyped about it. I'm hyped about it.
Can I just say, like, I don't know if Goku even knows how to high right kick, bro. Because in every fucking like quick, you always see him.
It's knees
literally
and
punch,
elbows.
punch, left high kick,
Yeah.
punch, 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 left high kick, punch, 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 left high kick. I don't even know if he can throw a right.
Well, because
leg
they're
kick,
reusing
bro.
frames.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's the
of
joke. It's just a joke. I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, it's like the same movement. Yeah. That's funny
So
as
then
shit,
we,
though. You're funny as hell. Yeah.
We get further into the chapter. Momonosuke
Yeah.
is getting strung up, and Orochi's berating him or whatever.
Yes.
How about Jinbei and Robin?
Yes,
I
acting
love
like
this
they're with
moment.
the shits, but in the
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Totally, man,
yeah,
totally.
they're like, man, this shit fucking sucks, dude. I can't see
Yeah,
Momonosuke
yeah.
like this. Burn that kid, yeah, beat his ass. Man, this
Yeah.
shit sucks, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that. I
Yeah,
love
other
that.
guys,
Like
too.
Robin trying to bring it down.
We gotta get
like,
him out of here. Oh my god, dude, I can't
bring-
watch him go through this. Yeah,
Right.
burn
But
him, boil him.
Robin,
Yeah.
Robin yelling out like don't do it on stage. Like bring him down here. I want to stab him too.
Yeah.
which would be very very helpful for them to protect him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
so
see, and
and
here's
everybody
another
else,
thing
look
is,
at there's a
like-
bunch of other people who are also, like
Yep.
all these other people within, you
Yes.
see Hyogoro,
Yes.
and you
Yeah.
see obviously the other people. It was tough to watch all these people, laugh. Obviously they're fake. The laugh, that they
Yeah.
have to.
Right.
It was tough to see, like, the more
Yeah.
and more that because obviously Robin's face the second time you see it where her glasses are down and she's
Yeah.
got like that's a sweat on her forehead.
Yep.
Like that
Yeah.
one looks that's a really telltale
Painful,
sign
yeah.
to how painful this really is for like everybody.
But even the no-name characters,
Well,
even the
and
no-name
here's-
characters that are hiding themselves inside of their ranks, but like we don't have name cards for them, we're not familiar with them, are also inside of the same page going, ha ha ha, yeah, get that kid out of here.
Yeah.
This sucks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like in
Well-
the background, and we don't even know who they are. Yeah.
And here's another thing. Not to rag on this, I don't want to go too deep into it because if we've already kind of been bashing up Viz a lot this segment. But
Yeah.
how are you gonna keep so I can stab his freaking eyes out in?
Yeah.
But you ain't gonna include the Sigua.
Because
Yeah.
What is he doing?
so I mean, yeah,
You're not gonna dumb down
let's just keep- let's just-
gouging out
yeah.
eyes, but you're
Fair criticism.
Man.
Let's keep going.
I'm with you
No, I
though,
don't wanna
G.
go too deep
I'm
into
with
it.
you. I'm with you.
Yeah,
100%.
fair
reason why,
criticism.
but who cares? Let's go.
So we get Law
Yeah,
puts
he
us
gets
on
the
to,
scabbards into the,
Onigashima,
yeah, and they're like, holy shit, this jutsu is lit.
and here we have Izo and Momonosuke. I mean, we knew
So
it was
we can
Izo,
confirm
but,
that Izo was the shadowy figure that we were like
Yes.
arguing, like maybe it's Crocus, maybe it's you know what I'm saying? So like we can confirm that inside of that cabin, talking to Marco, because he showed up with Marco and Neko Mamushi, that this was the shadowy figure at the end of the previous chapter.
I don't think we have that confirmed from there because there's two different scenes. The first scene with Marco
Yeah.
and Nekomamushi, like
Okay.
that was pretty much definitively Izo, and then
Yeah.
the second scene on the boat,
Yeah.
we just got a cape, so I
Okay.
think it's fair to assume it was Izo, but
Yeah.
I don't think we know definitively.
Okay.
I definitely want
just
to
wanted
say
ask
here,
you guys, yeah.
Nekomamushi has a gun arm now, and that's
Yeah.
pretty tight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's super tight. Super tight.
Yeah,
Hell
Sensui.
yeah.
And I just love this. I love this
Yep,
reunion
he's on his
between
motherfucking
Izo.
Vash the Stampede, bro.
And
Yeah,
that. Wow.
I just love this reunion between Izo and Okiku. Like,
Yes.
just look at you now,
Yes, that-
Kiku.
Yes.
That's turned into a
fucking
great
hit me.
samurai. And
Yes.
Kiku's crying.
Oh.
That pulled on my heartstrings a little bit too, man. I like that kind of
Whole
shit.
squad Beast Pirates officials was amazing to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
and here's
So
something
sick.
I
Yes.
wanna ask you guys real quick. So Marco in this top panel here says we can reminisce later.
Mhm.
I spotted a strange shadow. It's
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to check it out.
It's Pearl
I don't think
It's
it's
Moria.
I
It's
don't,
Moria.
I do not think it's Sparrow because Sparrow was above the sea. He's
It's
floating
Moria.
on a candy thing on top of the sea. Why would he be
Yeah.
a shadow in the sea?
Promise you,
I
it's
mean,
Moria.
you know.
Yeah.
He's okay. That's fair, but
I'm
just to
wondering,
say, Marco
what
can
do
be
we
way
think?
high up and see a little
Yeah, that's
bob in
right.
the sea
That's
and
right.
call it
You're
a
right.
shadow
You're
as he
right.
flies
You're right.
over it.
You're
you
right.
know?
You're right.
But
You're
I
right.
also see. I would also like to say that we've already gotten dialogue that there is literally a back door to Wano.
Yes.
And
Okay.
and Big Mom was like, "What do you mean port? What are you talking about port?"
Yeah.
And so Sparrow and family are not going through that port, right?
Yeah.
They're going up the waterfall, the
Yeah.
traditional waterfall way. And so Marco might have seen someone coming through that other channel, that
Yeah.
port channel,
Yeah,
because
that's definitely-
they're in the
Yeah.
back of the island. They're in the back of the island,
Yeah.
presumably where this other port is.
I just want to
Yeah,
ask.
yeah,
I just
that
want to
makes
ask
a
the
lot of sense,
commenters.
but-
I want to ask the commenters. Am I the only one that, in my mind, pronounced it Perospero?
Ross Perot?
No.
Perospero.
Do you know who
Why
Ross
would you
Perot
ever
is?
No,
do
no,
that?
no.
I just
Perospero.
I know that.
Perospero.
I
Like,
I heard
because you guys
I
are
heard you
saying,
3 times.
yeah. Oh, my bad. You guys are
Perospero.
saying Perospero,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I
it's
understand that it's
Perospero.
Perospero. I know it's Perospero, but like until you guys like started physically saying like in my ear Perospero, one of the first times you
So-
guys said it, I was like, what are they saying? And I was like, oh, they're saying Perospero because in my mind that's just how I naturally read it.
Yeah, and that's,
Pero
yeah.
Spero.
Yeah.
So okay,
Yeah.
back to Marco.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
kicks. So time out. Let me talk here. He kicks fucking Big Mom ship
Yeah.
off again. So
Yes.
he was on that side.
Yeah.
But Perospero did not fall off the cliff, or at least was at the top of the
Sure, yeah.
and on his slug at that time.
Yeah.
So it is still very,
Yes.
very possible that
Yep.
Marco saw Perospero and is going
Yep.
back to deal
Yeah,
with it.
for sure.
Yep.
But why would he
Totally-
say?
totally possible.
Why would he have the dialogue here? Like I saw a weird shadow like coming up. Like
Because
Because
he
he
if he
doesn't
just
know what
thought
it
it
is.
was,
Well, no,
if he just
'cause I
thought it
know
was
what it is.
Perospero again. I mean,
When
he's seen
we-
it twice, hasn't he?
No,
When
he
we-
kicked
when-
he kicked him, went
Yeah,
away, and
yeah.
then
Yeah, and how does he even
He
know
didn't fall
Perospero
off.
can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're
Ride a
right.
candy
you're
slug
Right.
through the ocean.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
He
you're
doesn't.
Right.
Well,
You're
I'm
right.
assuming. Well, you would assume. I guess I assumed that,
Oh, that makes all the
Perospero
sense.
maybe like caught himself halfway down and then like crept up.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
me too.
That
yeah,
makes-
yeah,
that
So
makes-
exactly.
Marco
A mysterious shadow.
kicks him,
Yeah.
him, immediately flies off.
Yeah.
yes, exactly.
You know, why
exactly.
would he stick around
Yes,
long
exactly.
enough for
Yep.
Perospero to
and,
climb
and
up?
that's
Yep.
fair too. That's fair too.
Yeah.
Unless Perospero climbs up pretty much immediately. Marco's flying away, turns around and says, "What the hell's that in the water over there?" You know, like I don't.
I'll go
you
check it
know,
out later.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like,
I was
it's-
thinking.
it's all.
I was
possible.
thinking maybe.
both are very possible.
Yeah.
What about the octopus?
Sarume.
The octopus
Kraken?
from the beginning of Wano.
Hyozaru? No.
Oh
No. The one that was on the cruise. The one that was on the Sunny.
yeah.
the one that
The
jumped on
Kraken.
and,
The
like-
Kraken.
No,
The
not Sarume.
Oh,
Not
The
Sarume.
octopus
Sarume.
with the fucking headband. No, not Sarume.
No, I know it's not.
the just the little octopus that was like boing. The,
Loop, loop,
what is
loop.
that?
Yeah.
What is that Japanese sound? The you.
Yeah.
He was
yeah.
making that sound.
Yeah.
The one that jumped on the ship when they were going up the waterfall.
I don't even remember. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, bro. I don't even remember.
Because
who
for a
that
while,
octopus is.
people thought that was Yamato. I remember that being a theory. People was like, "Oh, Yamato was the octopus at the beginning of Wano type shit." What if that?
Everyone's wrong about something.
Yeah. What if,
So
what if that?
Yeah,
What if the
yeah,
octopus
yeah.
comes back and has some significance?
Hey, so are
Hey,
we gonna
you said
change
it
our
here, then.
podcast name?
To Project Octopus?
No, to Project
Yeah, yeah.
Onigashima.
Project
Hey,
Onigashima.
oh yeah,
Whoa.
because we had this spread with the whole Kaido crew. You have
Yeah,
Kaido,
this
you
is
have
huge.
King, Queen, Jack.
This is an amazing
and
spread.
Listen up, I'm going to explain the new Project Onigashima.
Oh,
the new
yeah.
Onigashima project.
Hell yeah.
I'm very curious to see what that's going to be all about.
Project
But now-
Onigashima coming at you.
Now, can we get in the best part of this chapter? Oh my
Yes,
God,
yes,
it's
go.
so
Go ahead,
good.
Nick. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah.
Do your thing, dog.
Oh, I mean, shoot, we're
Wait.
on to this. I mean, like,
I
Wait.
called all of this.
yes, we
Other
we
than-
called,
other than
we
the
world
called
part.
major
Yeah.
stuff from last.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, so here we are in this attic. Like after this scuffle between Yamato and Luffy, we're in the attic now, and this is my favorite part of the chapter. And
Yes.
honestly, like these,
Oh, so they did vamp out.
Yes.
yeah,
I
and
didn't
like,
even realize they were in a separate location. What?
Yes.
Yeah. No, they're a different spot, and like literally
Yeah.
these pages, like this, like 3 pages, 4 pages, 2 pages.
Yes.
Oh my God. My jaw was dropped the entire time. I am like, okay. So basically, we called major stuff,
Yes.
major
Yeah.
stuff from last episode. So we called that yes, Yamato idolizes Odin as shown by the ribbon rope on the back of Yamato, that like Odin had this ribbon rope.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
The shackles.
Yes.
And we literally called, what if Yamato found Odin's journal? Yep.
What if Yamato doesn't even fuck with Kaido like that and is like
Yes.
totally rebellious and like doesn't even like
we
their
called
dad?
that shit.
Yes.
What if Yamato has met Ace? You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
this- we
Yes.
like basically called the entirety of Yamato's character, except for like one major thing, which we'll cover in a second. But one thing I want to mention about this dialogue of Yamato discovering Odin's journal. Like
Yeah.
he says, "This is my Bible."
Yeah.
And this line is like so powerful
Huge.
for me because
Huge.
It
because
is my
one
Bible.
it literally like gives us like this nice throwback that yes Odin literally is as cool as you thought he was, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
This
yeah,
dude
yeah.
is literally like one of the best written characters of One Piece, and like one of the most
Yes.
important characters of One Piece, but also like the Bible point, like I literally feel this way about One Piece, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like about One Piece.
One Piece is
like,
my
if-
Bible. Yes.
if you consider One Piece the comic to be Luffy's journal, like I feel this way about Luffy and fucking One
As
Piece.
long as you're
Like,
saying this, just as long as you're saying
Fuck
this, I
yeah,
wanna say,
Nick,
like,
dude. Fuck yeah.
along those lines, One Piece has literally delivered some of the most emotionally impactful moments
Yes.
in my entire life.
In
And I'm not
literary
afraid to say it.
history.
100%.
Yeah.
I have
Like,
literally
I've cried
introduced
many
yes,
times.
Yes.
100%. And I've
Many
literally
times.
introduced to people as like, this is my Jesus. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
You learn so much of like how to be a good person, how to be a spontaneous and like
Yes.
human being, like that, like
Yes.
just does what is right off the
Yes.
cuff. That is Luffy's
Yes.
100% character.
For
So I just
one-
wanted to throw
for-
that out
for-
there, that
for-
this Bible point is like so powerful
For
for
One
me.
Piece
honestly.
fans out there that are watching this that know what the deal is, obviously you resonate with this moment in our podcast. For those of you, small percentage of you who don't read or watch One Piece but are watching this anyway, keep in mind, we have read a lot of manga.
Mhm.
We have watched a lot of anime. Some of us have read a lot of books. Western, Eastern, Southern,
Yep.
Northern, it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
When we say this is one of the best literary works that we've ever read,
I mean
like,
it.
we mean
Yeah,
it, and that doesn't
swear
mean
to
that
God.
that doesn't mean it's an
Greatest
objective
story ever
That
told.
doesn't mean that it's an
Mhm.
objective fact that this is one of the
Right.
best literary
Right.
works that have ever existed. But like, if you trust
But
our
we're
opinions
serious.
in
We're
any way,
serious.
this is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, works of fiction that all of us have ever
Right.
read out of the litany of fictional works that we have
Yeah.
experienced.
I agree.
100%.
We all agree.
Big
100%.
I think that's probably, I think with most like long-term manga readers that
Yeah.
love One Piece could probably agree with that.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
for sure.
Talking about this Bible in the story
Yes.
specifically,
Get in here,
Yes.
kiddo.
I mean, it's bolded. Very
Yeah.
important things are written in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
What
can imagine
very
so many
important things. This
Oh,
has got to
man.
be a
So
lot
does-
to do
does-
with
Yes.
fucking, the end. I mean, Raftel
Yeah.
is probably
Yeah.
involved.
Yes.
Making Kairoseki, making Kairoseki, being a blacksmith of
The
Kairoseki and how to
poneglyphs,
use
rather.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
poneglyphs.
Yeah, that too.
exactly.
That too.
There's
I
so
do
many
wanna
things
ask,
it can
though,
just be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to
Exactly.
ask though, if he didn't even tell his retainers about like maybe not Raftail because that's or no Laughtail. If he
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
even
yeah.
tell his
Yeah, whatever.
retainers about Laughtail, would he have written it in his journal?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But
Yeah.
Journal
And
is
even
Your
if
for
you
you.
find
journal is
that.
infinitely more personal than
Anybody can find that though.
Well, anyone can
It's not
find
necessar-
that.
like it's
Well,
but
I mean,
like
it's not a
still,
secret, but
it's
like
your most
Well, that's
personal.
Yeah, right
assuming
now.
that's assuming Odin thought he was going to die, and his
Yes.
fucking journal is just going to be laying on a table for somebody to
Yes.
read.
No,
He's Odin. Like
no,
people can't just
no.
take his journal.
Just-
Come take my journal from me.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
Odin.
assuming
For a
he'd
Chad like
die.
Odin,
But for somebody to say like, okay, I am going to die someday regardless of what happens.
yeah. At that point, it might not matter.
But he
who
believed in
finds
the
it.
prophecy. He believed in the
Yeah.
prophecy of Joy Boy, and that
I
Luffy
also
is,
think
No,
if
it
you-
goes.
if
I
you go
take
back
back what I
to-
say
if-
because
if-
it goes
yeah,
along with
yeah.
the themes of One
Yes.
Piece and like
Yes.
inspiring somebody to like, holy shit, what is
Yes.
this
But-
fucking shit?
yes.
I'm gonna
Yes.
go out and find this.
Yes.
Odin
Yeah, I
also
take it back, I take it
knows
back, I
and
take it back.
believes in the prophecy of, you know,
Yes.
the ancient race, the Void Century. Like Odin knows it all,
Yeah.
so he knows. Like Odin fully believes the world problems are going to be solved within not his generation, Luffy, the next generation.
Yes.
is going to solve this, or
Right.
at least within the very near future that he could possibly live long enough
Well-
to see it if he wasn't killed by Kaido, of course.
Right.
But also
I got
like
another question then.
yeah.
All right.
So going under the assumption that Yamato here knows about the truth of the world and what is on Laugh Tale,
Mhm.
could we get another comedic mirror moment of what happened in Sabondi with Usopp and Rayleigh?
Yes.
Where like Yamato
Wow.
begins
Yes.
to tell him about the true history.
Wow.
And he's like, and like knocks him the fuck out. Like, I don't
Wow.
want to hear it, bitch.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, dude, I would love
Definitely.
that.
Definitely. I
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
think that's very possible.
Oh my
100%.
god.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
That would be
Definitely.
fucking lit.
Well, and also like what kind of, just think about the position Yamato would be in to have all this fucking information about Raftel that he has not handed over to Kaido, and how he knows, you know, and I'm going to refer to Yamato as a
Yeah,
he until
he, yeah.
until otherwise. But yeah, how
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
I have words about that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
so
and-
so
and-
Yamato's a girl.
Big
Who
love
guessed
for the
that?
trans.
Who guessed
Well-
that? Let me
well,
know in the
no,
comments so I can tell you you're a liar.
Right. For the record, Yamato's a
Hannibal.
guy. I mean, like Yamato says, "I'm a guy."
Yeah.
And
for sure.
everyone refers to Yamato as Kaido's son.
Right,
Kaido
right,
says,
right.
"My
Even
son."
Yes.
even
All
Kaido
the-
himself.
I'm,
yes.
bas-
Kaido
I'm
said-
just saying
and all the
who guessed this outcome
yes,
is
yes,
basically
yes.
is what
Hannibal.
I'm saying.
But
yeah.
and
No,
like
you
I
didn't.
definitely have to
Fuck Hannibal.
say here that like this you know arc is a complete treasure trove of phenomenally written trans characters.
Yes.
Like
Yep.
we have
I agree.
Okiku,
We have-
like and we have
yes.
literal words of Okiku, like heart of a woman. Like this
Yes.
is a woman. And
Yes.
here we have Yamato, who like yes, as they say here in the dialogue box or whatever, Kaido's daughter, quote unquote. You know what I mean? But like well, Odin was a guy, so I chose to be a guy, and that's
Yes.
all it meant. That's all that it
all
does.
that it
And
needs to
everyone,
be.
Yeah.
everyone in Kaido's crew, all these lackeys are like, oh, where's Kaido's son? Oh, where's man?
Yes.
Like I just love this, and like I see this page, my jaw was dropped the entire time. Like
Dude,
Otis,
this is the best thing
Otis
ever.
still got it. Fuck everyone who says
Dude,
Oda fell
yeah,
off
and
because
like-
there's not eye tears fighting throughout the Odin flashback. Like, grow the fuck up. You just caught up to fucking One Piece 2 weeks ago, and you think that you get to fucking say what's good and what's not in One Piece.
Oh, no,
this
this-
has been a thing
Well,
in fucking
yeah.
One Piece. Like,
So
you're
good.
mad as fuck because you
Well,
don't get to
okay.
argue about
Yeah,
eye tears
okay.
fighting on
All
fucking
right.
Twitter. So get the fuck over yourself. This is what the fucking story has been. You fucking read the wiki from the fucking beginning until Wano.
Tanahashi ain't done this on every
I'm
segment.
sorry! I'm
Every single
sorry!
segment
Go,
tonight.
kick
I'm
off
sorry.
every
Go,
single
go,
segment
go, go,
tonight.
go.
Okay, so I mean that's the word that rubs me a little bit wrong way, that he chose to be a man now.
Like
Like
he
it's-
said.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, translation, but regardless, I mean, that makes me feel like maybe Kaido's hiding it, and that has. All right, you're gonna run with this mask. Great, because I'm not going to tell anybody that I have a daughter. I'm going to tell people I have
Sure.
a son, and,
Yeah.
and that maybe nobody knows that it's actually, biologically
sure.
a woman, and
Yeah.
Especially
yes.
considering that this is quite possibly Big Mom and Kaido's child.
A lot of people
Now-
think Black Maria.
No, and I'll
No.
tell you, I'll tell
They
you
have
why.
the same exact horns.
So what?
Yeah, well, there's like a lot of people who have these horns in this arc or whatever. Now, if you look, yeah. No,
Yeah, no, for
I
sure,
suppose
for
I shouldn't be like, God damn it, Eagle, you're a fucking idiot.
Eagle,
you're fucking wrong. Like, we're saying something someone else said on the internet. But there is, like Oda has drawn all these characters at various ages, younger stuff, and so like here's I'll just throw up the YouTube, you know what I mean? Like here's Charlotte Lin,
Bay hours
at age 28. She's pretty.
It's hard to say because like we got Hornami here too. Like
No. But look, no. Look at the bangs. Look at the tails coming off in the bangs. A straight down and then a wiggle.
Yeah.
And if you look at Yamato, it is a straight down and a wiggle.
Yeah, straight
and
up.
also Yamato has an ombre hair.
Yeah.
Light colored hair going down to dark colored hair. The bottom hair, dark colored hair looks like Kaido's hair. Top hair, I would not be surprised if this is pink to black ombre.
Wow.
Charlotte Lin's hair color blending into Kaido's dark hair color.
Wow.
I mean, it's like all these things, like say what you were saying, Noxie. Or sorry, someone was saying like this is hidden. Kiko, you were saying this is hidden. What if this is hidden?
Yeah,
and like all the daughters are with Big Mom. You know what I mean? What if this is like a secret?
I didn't even.
Kaido doesn't want Big Mom to know.
Let's go.
I didn't even notice the aesthetic change too. Like on the bottom of her hair, below her elbow, you can literally see that looks exactly like Kaido's hair.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I just love that. I just love this dialogue of like,
yes,
I want to be on your side. Like I know Odin's a shit, and like you know what? I love this confirmation. Yamato is saying to Luffy like, I can tell you're strong, and you haven't even tried your hardest yet. I know you haven't. You remind me of Ace. So good. I'm just like freaking out over here.
One
about
Piece
how great
remains the
And
GOAT.
I mean, I was gonna say like, Oda. I've seen on Twitter and stuff. Has gotten a lot of shit in the past about his representation of like women and like and homosexuals and stuff with the Okamas.
like,
exactly.
It's very.
So in this arc,
feels weird.
I said
This is
he's been
great.
giving big love to the trans. Yeah. It's fucking cool, man.
Absolutely.
Love it. I absolutely love this.
Absolutely. That's all I have.
But I think that's about all I had.
That's
too.
good. I'm good.
Let me see
All
here.
right.
Yes, I think so. Yes, I think that's all I had for
Okay.
this episode.
Alrighty then. Well, with that, I think that's about it. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you did, be sure to slap a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and go ahead and smash that subscribe button too if you're new to the show or have been enjoying it so far. Shit, do it anyway. It'll support us. Hit that noti bell too, so you can stay updated on when the content coming out. Hit that comment section down below and let us know what you thought about this weekend jump, or just say anything you want in general. Ask us questions, chop it up, whatever. Be sure to visit that link tree in the description box down below where you can find the links to any and all of our online communities, also online audio listening platforms you can consume the podcast on, as well as links to support the podcast if you would so choose. And with that, this has been another incredible episode of the Project Manga podcast, wrapping up 1K subscribers. Thank you.
Let's go.
I'm your host, Eagle.
Peace, y'all. It's Kiko.
Noxie.
And Nickums, thank you all.
Peace.